Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of JAIIB CIB English Medium. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So let me know is audio and video both okay, are we good to go? Good morning everyone, good morning to all of you, how are you all? So just drop a message all okay, or do give a thumbs up in the chat section so that I can continue the session. Do let me know is audio and video both okay, are we good to go? Good morning Vinod sir, good morning Ajay sir, good morning Alinam sir, good morning. Yes sir, is everything okay? All okay. So let's start today. This session is of ours related to PPB Final Marathon, in which a lot of questions we are going to practice from your A, B, C and D module. So let's start with the first question. Do make sure you keep counting the question numbers, like how many questions you are answering correct, keep counting it. And also in the end of the session I will be asking you all that how many answers you have given correct. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Acha, before that, the PDF of this particular session and the PDF of all the important sessions which are going on regarding your PPB and AFM will be available in the virtual library, and the link of virtual library is given in the description box. You can check from there and you can download your PDF from the virtual library. Okay, now let's start with the first question. First question is talking about which of the following categories of borrower are considered under the weaker section for priority sector loan. So which of the following categories of borrowers are a part of a weaker section? If we talk about priority sector lending, it was introduced by RBI in 1972. In 1972 by RBI, the priority sector lending was introduced by RBI 1972. There are total 8 sectors which have been defined as a priority sector. So as per Government of India and RBI, those sectors which need improvement, which need development are known as the priority sector. So total 8 sectors are there. Okay, out of those 8 sectors, we have a weaker section, one of the sector. So which of the following is a part of your weaker section? See, everyone is saying small and marginal farmers. Very good. So right answer is small and marginal farmers. They are the part of your weaker section. Apart from this, we have your agriculture, micro, small, medium enterprises. Apart from that, export credit, we have housing. Okay, apart from that, we have social infrastructure, we have renewable energy. Okay, apart from that, education, and the last will be others, and in the others category we have a weaker section. Okay, so right answer is D, that is a small and marginal farmer. That's correct. So you can see under the weaker section what others category comes. First of all, small and marginal farmers are there: artisans, village and cottage industries where individual credit limit do not exceed the 1 lakh amount. Third, we have beneficiaries under the government sponsored scheme, whether it is the NRLM, NULM and your self-employment scheme for rehabilitation of manual scavengers. Then scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, beneficiaries of differential rate of interest scheme, self-help group, distressed farmers indebted to the non-institutional lenders, your distressed farm persons other than farmers with the loan not exceeding 1 lakh per borrower to prepay their debt to the non-institutional lenders. Non-institutional lenders like the money lenders we are talking about. Individual women beneficiaries up to 1 lakh per borrower, person with disability, minority community as may be notified by the Government of India time to time. These all are the categories which come under the weaker section of our PS. Okay. So next question is talking about what is the required duration for banks to maintain record of transaction between the bank and the customer, both domestically and internationally, according to the Stimulation of Prevention of Money Laundering Act and the Prevention of Money Laundering rules. So for how many years the bank have to maintain the records for whether it's regarding the relation between bank and customer record, and both domestically, internationally. For how many years it have to be maintained? 3 years from the transaction date, 5 years from the transaction date, 7 years from the transaction date, or 10 years from the transaction date. For how many years it have to be maintained by the bank? Everyone is going with the B option. That's correct. Very good. Right answer is 5 years from the transaction date. The bank have to maintain the record of transaction between the bank and a customer. So right answer is your B option. Very good. You can see record management says that as the provision of PMLA and PMLA, the banks are required to maintain record as prescribed therein, and specific measures to be taken in this regard. The first is saying maintain all necessary record transaction between bank and customer, both domestic and international, for at least 5 years from the date of the transaction. Second is saying preserve the records pertaining to the identification of customer and their addresses obtained while opening the account during the course of business relationship for at least how many years? Again for 5 years after the business relationship ends. Okay. Third is saying make available the identification record and transaction date or to the competent authority. Also it says introduce a system of maintaining proper record of transaction prescribed under Rule 3 of your Prevention of Money Laundering Rules 2005. Then the maintain all necessary information in respect of transaction prescribed under PML Rules 3 so as to permit the reconstruction of individual transactions. First is the nature of transaction, second the amount of transaction and the currency in which it was denominated, third the date on which the transaction was concluded or conducted, and the fourth is the parties of the transaction. So these are the necessary information in respect of transaction that under the PMLR 3 rule have been defined. Okay, then we have here evolve a system for proper maintenance and preservation of account information in a manner that allows the data to be retrieved easily and quickly whenever required by the competent authority. So in such a way we have to maintain this record that whenever it will be asked by the authority, it will make available to them. Maintain records of the identity and address of their customer and records in respect of the transaction which refer to the PMLR 3 in hard or soft format. So these are the record management criteria that have been given to the banks under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act and the Prevention of Money Laundering Rules that have been mandatory for the banks to maintain in the as per the circumstances given here. Okay, next question. Next we have misbehaving or abusing a bank employee comes under which section of IPC? Which section of IPC talks about the misbehaving or abusing a bank employee? Do check the resolution, Manohar sir, first one time. Like check the resolution and add in the highest resolution. Okay, first is saying 333, second is saying 351, third is saying 353, and the fourth is saying 221. So which particular section of IPC talks about misbehaving or abusing a bank employees? It is your section 353. Very good. Right answer is C. Section 353 talks about the misbehaving and abuse of a bank. Very good. Next. Which of the following is are correct with reference to legal entity identifier, that is LEI number? So which statement is correct regarding legal entity identifier? First is saying the legal entity identifier is a 12-digit alphanumeric code used to uniquely identify parties to financial transaction worldwide. Second is saying this has been implemented to borrowers the exposure of whom to schedule commercial bank is 50 crores or more, and you have to answer out of these two statements which statement is correct about the LEI. A, B, C or D? Which of the following will be correct? Okay, the right answer will be here. First is wrong because LEI is not a 12-digit number, it's a 20-digit alphanumeric number. So first is definitely wrong. Okay, the first statement will be definitely wrong because it's a 20-digit number. Second is saying that this has been implemented to the borrower with the exposure of whom scheduled commercial bank is 50 crore or more, and that's correct. Okay, the second statement is correct, so right answer will be B option. It's not C, both are not correct, and D is also not correct because both are not incorrect. The right answer will be your B option. Only second is incorrect statement regarding the LEI. Okay, so you can see here the legal entity identifier is a 20-digit alphanumeric code used to uniquely identify parties to the financial transaction worldwide, and the post-global financial crisis for improving the financial data accuracy and quality and helping in better risk management, the concept of uniform global legal entity identifier code was muted. And if we talk about this has been implemented to borrowers exposure of whom to the scheduled commercial bank is 50 crores or more. And also the time limit for obtaining legal entity identifier by non-individual borrowers enjoying aggregate exposure of 5 crore and above have been given a certain limit. Let's say for example above 25 crore exposure, by 30th April 2023 they needed to take a LEI number. For the borrowers who have total exposure of 10 crore, above 10 crore and up to 25 crores, that was the 30th of April 2024. The third we have 5 crores and above up to 10 crore, that will be your April 30, 2025. So these are the duration or the date have been given on or before which we have to take the legal entity identifier if we comes under this total exposure limit. Okay, next we have which of the following account need not to be transferred in to the inoperative account status even if they remain dormant. So which type of account is not required to be transferred in the inoperative account statement even if they remained dormant? First is saying when the operations in the account have been stopped under the garnish order or any court orders. Second is saying where the account is showing debit balance. Third is saying when the account is under lien or charge for advances allowed to the same customer in another account. So in which case, even after having a dormant account, we cannot transfer the account in the inoperative account state or the status A, B, C or D. In which case we can't do that, A, B, C or D. So we are saying that you cannot transfer the account status in the inoperative account status even it was a dormant account, because the inoperative status won't be transferred because when operations in the account have been stopped due to the Garnishee order received or a court order or attachment order received. In that case you cannot transfer the status. That's true where the account is showing debit balance. That's also true where the account is under lien or charge for advance allowed to same customer in the another account. That's also true. Very good. So right answer will be D option. In all the cases, you cannot transfer to inoperative status of account even if the account was dormant. Right answer is D. You can see exceptional cases have been given. Following categories of account even if they remain dormant need not to be transferred to inoperative account status. First, where the operations in the account have been stopped under the garnish order or a court order. Second, where the nature of account itself permits only periodical, not regular operation. Third, where the account is under lien or charge for advances allowed to the same customer in another account. And the fourth one, where the account is showing a debit balance. In these four cases, this is the exceptional case when we know we do not transfer the account to the inoperative account status if it's still a dormant account. Okay, these are the four exceptional cases. And if we talk about interest in the inoperative account or unclaimed deposit, the interest on savings bank should be credited on regular basis whether the account is operative or not. Second thing, no panel charges for shortfall in minimum balance should be levied in the inoperative accounts. Like if a person is not able to maintain a minimum deposit, you do not have to charge the panel charges. If it's a term deposit and if it matures and proceeds are unpaid on the unclaimed amount, the savings rate or the contracted rate on the mature term deposit, whichever is lower out of these two, that have to be paid. Okay. Now displaying the list of inoperative account or unclaimed deposit. As a general proactive measure, banks are required to display on their respective website the list of the account which are inactive or inoperative for the period of 10 years or more. Okay. Also, it must contain only those name of account holder and their address. In case of entities, the name of individuals authorized to operate the account should also be indicated with the name of the account. Now, no other details should be included in the list. The information on process of claiming the unclaimed deposit, activating the inoperative account, and the necessary form document for claiming the same should also be given. Like, what is the process if you want to make it again active, and if you want to claim the amount, then what procedure is there, what form is required to be filled, that information also have to be. Acha, after how many time we can transfer the amount of your dormant account or inoperative account to the deficit scheme? After how many time the money will be transferred to the deficit scheme? Let me know after how many years it can be transferred. After 10 years? Exact 10 years? No. After the account became inoperative for 10 years plus the 3 months duration. After completing 10 years, we have to wait for 3 months also. Now, after 3 months, you can transfer the money to the deficit scheme. Okay, do remember that. Clear? Next. Financing of self-help group is based on the recommendation of which committee? Which committee have recommended the financing of your self-help groups? So, self-help group bank linkage program started, and if we talk about the loan for self-help group, the loan will be provided. It's a saving based loan or savings linked loan that can be from 1:1 to 1:4. And if we have a matured self-help group, then more than 4 times loan can be given, only in case of mature loan. Okay. So first is saying Tarapur committee, second is saying Narsiman committee, third is saying Kalia committee, and fourth is saying none of the above. So which committee it is, for which on whose recommendation the self-help group bank linkage program have been started? It is the Kalia committee, and a financing of self-help group is based on the recommendation of your which committee? It's the Kalia committee. And also the bank self-help group bank linkage program was introduced by the SK Kalia committee. They stand for SK Kalia committee. Okay. Next, what is the time limit for making a demand for payment under section 138 of Negotiable Instrument Act? Next question is talking about, like, what is the time limit for making a demand for payment under the section 138 of Negotiable Instrument? First is saying 15 days from the return of the check, 30 days from the return of the check, 60 days from the return of the check, 90 days from the return of the check. A, B, C or D? Let me know the answer. A, B, C or D. Which of the following is correct? 30 days everyone is going with. Everyone is going with the B option. So when it comes to the dishonor of a check or insufficiency because of the insufficiency of fund or exceeds arrangement, that comes under the section 138. Right? It comes under which section? It comes under the section 138, and it is 30 days from the return of the check. Correct. Right answer is B. Okay, right answer will be your B option. And you can see here The dishonor of check for insufficiency of fund exceeds arrangement defined under section 38. If a check is issued by a person to another person for discharge in whole or any part or any debt or other liabilities returned by bank unpaid on account of insufficient funds in the account or exceeds the agreement made with the bank, such person is deemed to have committed an offence and liable to be punished with the imprisonment of 2 years and the fine up to twice the amount of the check or with both. Okay, because it's a kind of bounce of check. This is your check bounce because there was insufficient balance in the account, right? So the check has been presented within the validity period, that is 3 months of the date of the check. A demand for payment is made with notice within 30 days of the return of check. How many days? 30 days. Then the drawer fails to make payment within 15 days of receipt of the note. So these are the 3 conditions that have been given in case of demand for payment and in case of dishonor of check. Okay, check can be, dishonor of check simply means the bank have returned the check unpaid, and it can be because of the insufficient balance in the drawer's account. It can be because of overhand writing. It can be because the word and amount is mismatched. It can be because the date is not mentioned. So any information which is required to make the payment of a check in a due course, if it is mismatched, then the check can be dishonor. Like the check will be returned without making the payment. That is known as your dishonor of check. But also, the case of imprisonment and penalties will be in case of bounce when there is an insufficient balance in the drawer's account. Okay, next. Under integrated ombudsman scheme, complaint should give a letter accepting the award in full and final settlement to the regulated entity within of receiving the award copy unless she has to file an appeal. So integrated ombudsman scheme, we all know that was introduced in 2021. This is the integrated ombudsman scheme 2021. It was introduced and it merged the 3 different schemes, that is banking ombudsman scheme for non-banking financial companies 1995, 2018, and the ombudsman scheme for digital transaction, that is 2009. All the 3 have been merged, then the integrated ombudsman scheme was formed, and it is very good, 30 days. So whenever the ombudsman have given the award amount, the party have to accept it full and final settlement. Like they have to give a written consent that they are accepting the award of ombudsman, and that have to be done within 30 days if the party is not going for the appellate authority. Now next is, which of the following statement with regard to integrated ombudsman scheme are correct? Next question is, which of the following statement with regard to the integrated ombudsman scheme is or are correct? First is saying the scheme has done away with the jurisdiction of each ombudsman office. Second is saying the scheme also includes under its ambit non-scheduled primary cooperative banks with a deposit size of 5 crore and above. Third, the executive director in charge of Consumer Education and Protection Department of RBI would be the appellate authority under the scheme. So which of the following statement are correct about integrated ombudsman? A, B, C or D? Let me know the answer. C option it is, first and third. D is there, that is none of the above is correct. Okay. So first statement is saying that the scheme has done away with the jurisdiction of each ombudsman office. That's true. Like now one scheme, one nation is there. Then second is saying the scheme also includes the ambit of non-scheduled primary cooperative bank. That's true, but not the deposit size of 5 crore and above. It is the 50 crores and above. So second is wrong. Third is correct, that now the executive director in charge became the appellate authority under the scheme. Earlier the appellate authority used to be the RBI's deputy governor, but now the appellate authority is the executive director in charge. Okay, so right answer is first and third is correct. The option is correct. First and third is correct. You can see here Ombudsman scheme in operation since 1995, and it provides an expeditious and inexpensive forum to the bank customer for resolution of their complaints. And RBI also introduced two more Ombudsman scheme, that is Ombudsman scheme for NBFCs 2018, Ombudsman scheme for digital transaction 2019. All these three have been merged and created integrated Ombudsman scheme 2020. Okay, and if we talk about this, the scheme provides cost-free redress of customer complaints involving deficiency in services rendered by the entities which are regulated by RBI. So, if not resolved the satisfaction of the customer nor not replied within the 30 days by the regulated entity. So, it happens that first the customer have to go to their home branch. Like they have to go to their home branch of a bank, or they have to deal with their NBFC. And then after, if let's say within the 1 month period they are not providing solution, they are not writing your complaint, and the solution they have provided, you are not satisfied with that solution, after 1 month you can go and apply to the Ombudsman. Okay. And the non-scheduled primary cooperative banks with the deposit size of 50 crore and above are also included in the Ombudsman scheme. And the scheme adopted one nation, one Ombudsman approach, so no jurisdiction condition is there in the country now. So Ombudsman is a senior official appointed by RBI to redress the customer's complaint against the deficiency in banking services. As of November 2022, we have 22 Ombudsmen that were appointed with their offices located at the RBI offices, mostly in the state capital. So Ombudsman offices are mostly in the state capital, and the banking Ombudsman will be appointed there. Okay, steps that have to be following an award. A copy of award is sent to the complainant and the regulated entity both. The complainant should give a letter accepting the award in full and final settlement to the regulated entity within 30 days. Like that, if I have complained about a bank, then I have to give my consent that I am accepting the award amount which have been decided under the integrated Ombudsman. If I am not going to file appeal for the appellate authority, so if he fails to do so, the award will lapse and will not be any effect except if he has failed and filed an appeal. So the regulated entity should comply with the award and intimate the compliance or to the Ombudsman within 30 days of receiving the acceptance letter from the complainant, unless it has filed an appeal against the award. Okay, so you have to give your consent regarding that you are accepting that particular award within 30 days of your award announced by the Ombudsman, and if you don't do that, it will be automatically be thought that it have been accepted by the customer. And after that, if you go for the further appeal to the executive director in charge, it won't be accepted. You can't file appeal because you haven't given your written consent that you are not accepting the award amount. Okay, and the complaint will be done after 1 month time given to the home branch or your particular company from whom you were taking the services, and within the 1 year of matter you can complain about it, not more than 1 year. Okay, now what is the primary reason for banks and financial institutions adopting fintech innovation? Why the banks and financial institution actually adopted your fintech innovations? To increase the revenue, to prevent data leaks, to prevent data misuse, to increase the customer turnaround ratio. The reason behind banks and financial institutions adopting fintech innovation. Fintech is financial technology. Fintech stands for financial technology. We have Fintech, Suptech, Regtech that have been introduced in the banking sector. And the right answer is to prevent customer turnaround ratio. No, it's not D. To increase their revenue. Why they have introduced fintech innovation? To increase their revenue. Right answer is A. Okay, right answer will be A. You can see fintech is financial technology, it advancing at incredible speeds. Advanced technologies have taken over the finance world, improving total financing services, while also being very valuable for the retail investor in the management of the stock market. Small enterprises financial system for. These technologies are very useful in the insurance industry, and custom software development approach are also most effective means of meeting the most prevalent requirement. Like some of the benefits of the product that are helping the banks are given here, like it reduce your cost, it reduce the time to market, it gives you better customer service and revenue, the world class compliance and security is there, greater speed and convenience is available, innovative products are available, and transparency of products is there. So all of these are what? These are the benefit of fintechs. All of these are the benefit of your fintech. Okay. Next. A small account means a savings account in a banking company means dash. So those people who cannot give the official valid documents properly, they can go and have a savings account that will be also known as a small account. Okay. So what are the conditions which is right about the small account? First is saying the aggregate of the credits in a financial year does not exceed rupees 1 lakh. Second is saying the aggregate of withdrawals and transfer in a month does not exceed rupees 10,000. The balance at any point in time does not exceed rupees 50,000. So you have to answer which of the following are actually the correct about the small account. A, B, C or D. Everyone is going with the D. So balance should not exceed 50,000. That's correct. And in a 1 month period, not more than 10,000 can be withdrawal or transfer. And the loan in 1 year can be only of a 1 lakh rupees. Right answer will be all statement are correct. Very good. So this is the small account condition. All statement are correct. You can see person with no official valid document can have the small accounts, and for the purpose of financial inclusion there is a facility of opening a savings account of those who do not possess any official valid document. Acha, can you give me the name of official valid document? There are 6 official valid documents. Let me know the name in the comment section of all the 6 documents. So the accounts are called as a small account and there are certain conditions. Loan in 1 year cannot exceed 1 lakh. Withdrawal or transfer in 1 month cannot exceed 10,000. The balance at any point of time do not exceed 50,000. Okay, these are the conditions that have been given in the small account. And foreign remittance not to be credited until and unless KYC fulfilled. If you fulfill the KYC formalities, then only in your account the foreign remittance can come or go, otherwise no. Then these accounts are open based on the customer's declaration about identity and address to be signed and given in the presence of the designated bank official. And the designated official will certify the customer has signed in the presence. But also the customer should provide official valid document within 12 months. It is mandatory. If customer provides an evidence of having applied for official valid document, the account can be continued for another 12 months. So within 12 months, it have been said that you have to provide the official valid document. Let's say once the 12 months completed, you have shown the proof that you have applied already for the official valid document, but it have not been provided to you till now. Then for next 12 months, you can continue your account. But on expiry of this 24 months, these relaxation are reviewed. Other condition for those accounts are as follows. Then the threshold limit for annual credits, monthly withdrawal balance to be pre-checked before pretending any transaction. Any suspicion of money laundering and financing of terrorism arises on any other high-risk scenario, notice customer identification as per prescribed procedure should be carried out. Okay, so these also have to be checked. So we are talking about official valid document. Passport is there, driving license is there, very good. Aadhaar proof is there. Then NPR is there, National Population Registry. Okay, then you have voter ID. Okay, apart from that, Narega job card. Very good. These are the 6 official valid documents. Acha, what are the stages of money laundering and what are the stages of financing of terrorism? Also, let me know 2 more things. So you have answered the 6 documents of official valid document. That is correct. I will write here. We have official valid document like passport, we have driving license, we have voter ID, we have Narega job card, okay, and apart from that we have our National Population Registry, NPR letter we have, and apart from that the next we have is a it's not placing, it's placement, है ना, it's not placing, it's a placement. Okay, then the last one will be proof of Aadhaar. Proof of Aadhaar. So these are the official valid documents we have, total 6. And the answer will be money laundering is not placing, it's placement, layering and integration. And the first is placement, second is layering, and third is your integration. This is the money laundering stages. What about terrorist financing stages? There are 4 stages total. What are these 4 stages? Okay, money laundering is done. Let me know the 4 stages of financing of terrorism. Very good. The first is raising money. Second is moving that money you raised. Third, storing that money in the banking channel, and fourth is using. Very good. The right sequence and the right stages you have seen. Very good. So these are the 3 stages and 4 stages in the money laundering and terrorist financing stages. So let's continue. In cash transaction report, cash transaction above rupees 10 lakh is to be submitted on monthly cash basis by 15th of the following month to the dash. To whom cash transaction report have to be submitted? To whom we have to submit the cash transaction report? To RBI, to CBI Economic Offence Wing, to FIU, IND, no need of submission of such type of report. Let me know the answer. Okay, so it will be submitted by the principal officer of a bank to the FIU IND. Okay, so right answer is your C option. Submitted by the principal officer of a bank, and it will be submitted to the FIU IND, all the reports here. So right answer is C. Okay, you can see banks are required to furnish to FIU IND the reports pertaining to transaction of prescribed type of and value prescribed frequently. Following 4 reports are required to be submitted each calendar month by 15th of the following month. First is cash transaction receipt. The cash transaction report, the cash transaction of 10 lakh and more or equivalent. Second is series of cash transaction in a month integral connected to each other aggregating 10 lakh or more or equivalent. That's a cash transaction report. Second is cross-border wire transfer reports or cross-border wire transfer of more than 5 lakh or equivalent, where either the origin of destination of fund is in India. Okay. Third, your non-profit organization report, receipts of non-profit organization of more than 10 lakh or equivalent. And the fourth is counterfeit currency report, all counterfeit currency note received. So these are the 4 reports that have to be submitted by the principal officer to the FIU IND Financial Intelligence Unit India. That should be done, submitted on each calendar month by 15th of the following month. Okay, these are the 4 reports. And the 5th report we have suspicious transaction. Okay, 5th report we have what? Suspicious transaction report. So banks are required to report FIU IND any suspicious transaction noticed by them within 7 days of establishing the suspicion. And this is the key report of FIU IND to enable it to provide useful intelligence to the law enforcement agency. A transaction is considered as suspicion if to a person acting in good faith. and it appears to satisfy any of the following conditions. First is reasonable doubt that may involve proceeds of an offense specified in the schedule to the PMLA, likely to be for money laundering. Second, appear to be made in circumstances of unusual or unjustified complexity. Third, appears to have no economic, rational or bona fide purposes. Fourth, a reasonable doubt that it may involve financing of the activities relating to terrorism. So these are the 4 cases by which we can find out that yes, this is a suspicious transaction. Okay, so for reporting suspicious transaction, the value of transaction is not relevant. Okay, no value is there, but if you have a doubt, you have to inform it to the FIU. Even non-monetary transactions are reported here, for the instance, unusual operation of the locker. Like for example, if you find that non-monetary transactions is happening on which you have a doubt, like the customer is using unusual operations of the locker, or when customer came to open an account with you and you have asked the KYC documents and the customer said that he do not want to proceed to open an account in your bank, that's also a suspicious transaction. Like why the customer have said no to open a bank account when we have asked about the document. Okay, so each and every monetary, non-monetary, all kinds of transaction have to be submitted within 7 days to the FIU IND. Okay, next, among the given, which section of National Negotiable Instrument the Act provides that a minor may draw, endorse, deliver and negotiate a negotiable instrument, and as such a minor can draw a check? Which section talks about this? Section 20, Section 21, Section 26, Section 12A. A, B, C or D? Okay, A and D, 2 options are coming. It's not 12A. D is not correct. It's not 12A. It's Section 26. The Section 26 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 talks about that the minor is allowed to draw, endorse, deliver and negotiate a negotiable. Right answer is C. You can see rule for operations accounts of minor. The minor's account should not be allowed to be overdrawn. First. Second, Section 26 of NI Act provide that the minor may draw, endorse, deliver and negotiate a negotiable instrument, and as such minor can draw a check. Third, on the minor attaining majority, the guardian is not allowed to operate the account any further without confirmation from the minor, who is now a major person. Banks are free to fix the minimum age at which they will allow minors to operate savings bank account independently. Can you let me know what is the age right now in which bank is allowing the minor to operate their account independently right now? What is the age? Let me know. Ordinarily, balances in such accounts are subject to the maximum amount as decided by the bank. In the event of death of the minor, the guardian has to close the account. And on attaining majority, while minors should confirm the balance in their account, fresh operating instructions and the fresh specimen signature of erstwhile minor should be obtained and kept on record. Because after having a majority, the minor will, or the person, the minor who became major now, will be operating the transaction. So that's why the new signature and all of these have to be done. If guardian dies during the minority of the account holder, the balance can be paid to the minor after he attained the majority. Okay, and 10 and 18, 2 years are coming. It is 10 years. Independently, it is allowed to the minors that they can operate their account after attaining the age of 10 years. If you say 18 years, the person didn't remain minor now. What is the statement is saying? Banks are free to fix the minimum age at which they will allow the minor to operate the savings account independently. It means the age will be below 18 years. Because if you say 18 or above 18, this person is not minor anymore. He became major. So it is 10 years. It can't be 18. 10 years and above. Which among the following are not the obligation of a banker to its customer? Which among the following is not the obligation of a banker to its customer? First is saying to provide prior notice before closing the account of the customer. Second, to adjust the amount due to him from a creditor against the amount payable by him. To change interest on loan and advances and charge commission for service rendered by the bank. To close an account which is not being operated properly by the customer. So let me know which of the following is correct. Like, not the obligation of a banker. A, B, C or D. A and C, two options are coming. What about rest? Okay, the answer will be B option. The obligation is there that the bank have to provide prior notice to before closing the account to the customer. This is not the obligation. Apart from that, this is the obligation. Okay, to adjust the amount due to him from a creditor against the amount payable by him, that's not the obligation. Charge interest on loan and advances, charge commission for service rendered by the bank, that's not the obligation. To close an account which is not being operated properly by the customer, it's not an obligation. So second, third and fourth will be the right answer. It means B option. Right answer will be your B option. Okay, next. The rate of stamp duty on agreement. It varies from state to state. It uniform in the throughout India. 10% in India and 12% in Jammu and Kashmir. 20% in all states except UP. So which of the following is rate of stamp duty on agreement? A, B, C or D? And the right answer will be, let me know. Very good. It varies from state to state. Another rate of stamp duty will vary from state to state. Right answer is your A. Now, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the concept of phishing. The right statement related to the phishing. First is saying the intention of sending phishing emails is to trick you into providing your personal information. Second is saying phishing emails are usually sent in small batches in different methods. Which of the following is our correct related to the phishing? Option number A. Everyone is going with the A option. So the first one is true. It is all actually sending phishing emails is to trick you into providing your personal information. That's true. But if you say that phishing emails are usually sent in small batches, that is wrong. So right answer is statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is incorrect. Very good. The right answer will be A. Okay, right answer will be A. So you can see here, hackers devise numerous ways to steal the important data, which is put to misuse. So generic greetings like phishing emails are usually sent in large batches in different methods, like a generic greeting from a bank, a forged link that leads to a fake website, a request seeking personal information. Third, a message was sent showing some sense of urgency to get the personal information. So they never go for the small batches. They always go to the large batches so that somebody will respond regarding any of these activities of theirs. So the intention of sending phishing email is to trick you into providing your personal information. In a typical phishing attack, a customer receives an email asking him to visit bank's website or provide his or her personal information like the account number, card number, PIN, etc., which signifies the beginning of a phishing attack. And the email would usually provide the link to the bank's website. Like when you click on the link, you will feel that's the original website of a bank. No difference you will feel. So, and ask the customer to click the link. So it would ask him to provide certain confidential banking information like his account number, credit card number, failing which his account would be deactivated. There would be a sense of urgency, panic in the email. And like they will create a panic in the email, like if you haven't done this before 5 p.m. Your account will be blocked for the 1 month period, or your account will be forged for frozen for the period of 1 month. Certain kind of urgency they shows in the mail, so that the customer will panic and click on the link and they will get the detail of the customer. So that's the phishing attack. Now, which of the following are the features of mandate? Which of the following are the features of mandate? Acha, in case of phishing, we have seen what is phishing. What is spear phishing? Let me know. What is spear phishing? What's spear phishing? And there is whaling also. In all of these, the same activity happens, like mail will be done, certain urgency will be shown, and they will ask your personal information. In phishing, in spear phishing and whaling, all the three are same. Very good. Here a specific targets they have, they target a specific person. They target a specific person in the spear phishing. And what about whaling? In whaling, they target the senior management. They target the senior management. Like a whale, whale is the biggest fish we can say. So accordingly, they try to hack the person who is in the senior most position. Okay, follow next. Which of the following is the feature of mandate? Next, let me know which of the following is the feature of your mandate. First is saying the customer informed the bank about the authority given to the third person. That is the mandate. Second is saying the signature of mandate is verified by the customer in the mandate letter. Third is saying the mandate is normally temporary for a short period. Institution need to issue power of attorney and not mandate. A mandate ceases to be valid on death, insanity, insolvency, bankruptcy of the account holder. And the fourth is saying a mandate can be withdrawn anytime by the account holder. So what do you think? Which of the following is correct? All are correct about the mandate, all 1 to 6. What about rest? Okay, everyone is going with the D option, and that's true. All are correct. All 1 to 6 is correct here. Very good. All 1 to 6 is correct in case of your mandate. So right answer is D. Okay, now. So mandate, a person competent to enter into contract may authorize another person to open and operate an account on his behalf. The authorities can be granted a mandate or a power of attorney. So a mandate is an authority given by the account holder in favor of a third person to do a certain acts on his behalf, and this is issued by an account holder with the direction to his or her banker authorizing the person to operate the account on his or her behalf. Okay, so the following are the silent points. First is saying the customer informed the bank about the authority given to the third person, that is mandate. The signature of the mandate is verified by the customer in the mandate letter. The mandate is normally for a short-term period, temporary for a short-term period. Institution need to issue a power of attorney and not a mandate. A mandate ceases to be valid on the death, insanity, insolvency, bankruptcy of the account holder. and also a mandate can be withdrawn any time by the account holder. So all of these are the silent features of the mandate. Okay, next. In a context of power of attorney among the given matches, which of the following is are correctly matched? About the power of attorney, which one is correctly matched? First is saying a general power of attorney is granted to the to Dhan when participating in many transactions. Second is saying limited power of attorney issued for a particular purpose. Third is saying a general power of attorney, a stamped document that is signed in front of a notary public. And fourth is saying all of the above. Institutions need to issue power of attorney. Okay. Let me know which of the following statement is are correctly matched regarding the power of attorney. A, B, C, or D. And everyone is going with the D option. That's true. All of these statements are rightly matched regarding the power of attorney. So right answer we have is a D option. Correct. You can see it is a document executed by one person called the donor or principal in favor of the another person called a donee or agent to act on behalf of the former as per authority given in the power of attorney document. So the silent features are there are two types of power of attorney, general or universal, specific or limited. General power of attorney is issued for acting in more than one transaction and confers very extensive power to the donee. And a specific or limited power of attorney is issued for a specific purposes. Often it is for a single transaction you have given the specific or a limited power of attorney. Now the general power of attorney gives power to sign the check, stop payment of check, and to sign borrower document on behalf of the principal. Okay, and second, it is a stamped document. It is executed in the presence of a notary public, magistrate of a court, or a government official authorized to do so. So it is what? It is your stamped document. The power of attorney is your stamped document. Okay. So right answer was D. All of the above were correctly matched. Next. A scientific cash management solution results in the following. Results in which of the following? Significant savings in time, decrease in interest cost, the greater accounting accuracy, all of the above. Scientific cash management solution results in which of the following? A, B, or D? Like significant savings in time, decrease in interest cost, greater accounting accuracy, all of the above. And the right answer will be your all of the above. It saves your time, Hana. It decreases the interest cost, greater accounting accuracy is there. The right answer is D. All of the above are the correct, Hana. The right answer is D. You can see scientific cash management result in significant savings in time, decrease in transaction cost, less paperwork, and greater accounting accuracy. All these four are the significance of having a scientific cash management. Now, the Banking Codes and Standard Board of India was constituted on the recommendation of which committee? Under the chairmanship of which of the following the Banking Codes and Standard Board of India was constituted? S.S. Tarapur, Mr. S.S. Tarapur, Mr. Talwar, Mr. Goipira, Mr. Narsimhan. Under whose chairmanship the BCSBI was constituted? And the right answer is exactly that is Mr. S.S. Tarapur chairmanship is there. So right answer is A. Okay, right answer is A. Very good. So in November 2003, RBI constituted the Committee on Procedure and Performance Audit of the Public Service under the chairmanship of Mr. S.S. Tarapur to address the issues related to availability of adequate banking services to the common man. So the mandate to the committee included identification of factor and inhibited the attainment of best customer service. So BCSBI actually provided us a certain code which actually used to work. Its dissolution have been done in 2021. And if we talk about BCSBI, it was actually checking that whatever promises have been made by the bank that we will provide services to the customer, are those banks providing the same level of services to the customer or not. That's what the BCSBI used to. So it was registered as a separate society under the Societies Registration Act 1860 on 18th February 2006. It was an independent banking industry watchdog to ensure the consumer or banking services get what they are promised. But the BCSBI stopped working. Its dissolution have been done in 2021 November. It's not working anymore. Okay, but its two codes of banking is still followed in the banking. Okay, next question. The DDA account shall be opened in the name of exporter and maintained in sorry. Okay, what is the full form of the account? What is the full form of the account? Purushottam sir, bilingual classes in the evening from 6 p.m. Hana, you will find the bilingual class in the evening at 6 p.m. That will be on Officer Sara 24/7 channel. So it is, no, it's not in the all permitted currency. It's a diamond dollar account. The name of the account itself says it's a diamond dollar account. Okay, so right answer is US dollar only. So right answer will be A option. Right answer will be your A option. Okay, next. An exporter firm or company shall be permitted to open and maintain not more than dash account. How many diamond dollar accounts can be opened? 1, 2, 5 or 6? Let me know how many accounts can be opened. 1, 2, 5 or 6? Very good. It is 5. An exporter firm or company shall be permitted to open or maintain not more than 5 diamond dollar accounts. So they can maintain 5 accounts. So when it comes to the diamond dollar account or DDA, the firms and company which compile with the eligibility criteria stipulated in the foreign trade policy of Government of India, they may open the diamond dollar account. Okay, realization of export proceeds and local sales in US dollar of rough cut polished diamond and pre and post shipment finance availed in US dollar can be credited here. Also, the payment for purchase of rough cut and polished diamond can be made and funds can be transferred to the rupee account. Okay. Also, the account should be a non-interest bearing current account. No interest will be paid in that diamond dollar. So that's a DDA. Apart from DDA, do make sure you cover EEFC account, exchange under foreign currency account, which is opened by the resident Indian or a company who are earning foreign currency. Okay, then we have a RFC account. RFC account when a resident is maintaining foreign exchange in the country only, which he have acquired or he have actually earned. And then we have RFCD account. It will be allowing the resident individual to maintain the amount of foreign exchange that he have acquired only. And apart from that, we have a diamond dollar account. These are the 4 accounts which are allowed to be opened in India to the resident in which he can maintain the foreign currency. Okay. Next. When a bank receives an attachment order, it should immediately do what? When a bank receives an attachment order, it should immediately do what? A numerical session will be tomorrow. I will let you know the time of the class, but tomorrow we will have a numerical session. Okay, now, when a bank receives an attachment order, it should immediately do what? Close the customer's account, pay the amount demanded in the order to the income tax authorities, approach the advocate to get it vacated, approach the customer and advise him to withdraw the amount immediately. A, B, C or D? B, everyone is saying. Very good. If the bank receives the attachment order, it have to pay the amount demanded in an order the income tax authorities. So attachment order actually issued by the revenue authorities and the Garnishee order issued by the court. So here answer will be B option. Order attachment, other attachment order are normally issued by the competent authority like Income Tax Department, GST Authority, Enforcement Directorate, National Investigation Agency, PA for Employees, State Insurance Authority. On the receipt of such attachment order, the fact should be noted in the system with the date and time of receipt of such order. Do's and don'ts listed in the case of Garnishee order are mostly applicable of handling the attachment order. So there are certain differences in respect of attachment order issued by the income tax officer. First of all, the attachment order under the Income Tax Act 1961 says that the attachment order issued by the income tax officer under this act lays down certain procedure regarding recovery of tax from the assessees in the default. Under section 226(3) of the act, income tax officer may, by a notice in writing, call upon any person from whom money is due or may become due to the assessee or any person who holds or may subsequently hold the money on the account of the assessee. Okay, so income tax officer either immediately or upon the money becoming due so much of the money as sufficient to satisfy the tax due from the assessee. So the order of the income tax officer may attach any debt due and payable, debt due but not payable on the date of receipt of the notice, and any amount received subsequently. So these are the attachment order that have been given by the income tax officer or under the Income Tax Act 1961 covers the country. So if the bank receives the attachment order, bank have to make the payment of. Next, in the process of issuing a Garnishee order, court first issues which of the following? First is saying Garnishee order, second is saying order nishi, third is saying order absolute, fourth is saying attachment order. So in the process of issuing Garnishee order, the court first issues which of the following to the bank, in which bank have to explain that why this payment have not been done. What order it is? A, B, C or D? Very good. It is order nishi. It is the order nishi. So you can see here the Garnishee order is an attachment order issued by a court under the Order 21 Rule 46 of Civil Procedure Code that is obtained by the judgment creditor attaching the funds belonging to the judgment debtor in the hands of letter debtors including a bank. So a Garnishee order served on a bank batch attaches the credit balance in the account of the customer name to the extent specified in the order. If no amount is specified, the order attaches all sums owing and acquiring to the customer as on the date and time it served and received by the bank. So check presented after the service of Garnishee order should be returned with the remark refer to the drawer. Then the service of Garnish order nishi is a preliminary proceeding of a court, and this is followed by the subsequent proceeding of the court to make it absolute when it is called the Garnishee absolute. So the order applies only to the balance in the account of customer at the time of receipt of the order received to the bank. If after that any money have been deposited in the account, the Garnishee order won't apply on it. Okay. Now, which of the following account is an account where a suspicion of a fraudulent activity is thrown up by early warning signals provided by the RBI? So if the process of issuing a Garnishee order, court first, which of the following account is an account where a suspicion of fraudulent activity is thrown up by early warning signal that have been provided by RBI? Is it a red flagged account? Is it a grey flagged account? Is it a red corner notice, or is it a willful defaulter account? Okay, very good. It's a red flagged accounts. You can see here that if we further all the loans beyond 500 million classified as a red flagged accounts of frauds are to be reported to the CRILZ data platform together with the dates on which the accounts were classified as such. So a red flagged account is one where a suspicion of fraudulent activity is thrown up by the presence of one or more early warning signals. Okay, that will be defined by the RBI. Now, which among the following statements are not correct with respect to the concept of card fraud? You have to find out not correct statement with respect to the concept of your card fraud. First is saying the fraud involving cards that are not present and those that are present are the two primary types of card fraud, each requiring a unique set of detection and prevention techniques. Second is saying if in the card not present payment transaction, the buyer and seller do not physically meet. Third, it is referred to as a card presence fraud when the card data is stolen in the presence of payment card. It is a type of identity theft. So what do you think? Which of the following is not correct with respect to the concept of card fraud? A, B, or D? See, everyone is going with first and second. Actually, right answer is none of the above, because not in no any other statement given here is not correct. Like all the statements are correct, and also right answer will be D, none of the above. So you can see here fraud involving card not present are those that are present are the two primary types of card fraud, each requiring a unique set of detection prevention techniques. So first, if we talk about this, that is the first statement, that is correct. Second is saying in the card not present payment transaction, the buyer and seller do not physically meet. So second statement was also correct. Third is saying here it is referred as a card presence fraud when the card data is stolen in the presence of the payment cards, and it is a type of identity theft. So all the three statements given in the question was right. They all were right, none of them was not correct. Okay, so this is what the card fraud we are talking about, in which the fraud involving card that are not present and those that are present are the two primary types of card fraud. Okay, and also because of the anonymous nature of CNP payments, they are far more vulnerable than the payment method in which both the cards and the buyer are present in. So unauthorized use of a specific card or debit card numbers, security codes, expiration dates and billing addresses to purchase product and services through e-commerce website or over the phone is called the SIEM, that is card not present fraud. Okay, so if it is not until the victim checks their periodic statement, they will that they discover their card have been used without permission, fraudsters can use this to their advantage. So until and unless we check our statements, we are not aware about it that our cards have been used or the payments have been made by our cards. So that's what the advantage for the fraudsters. Okay, so this is the card fraud we have. Next, which of the following statement is correct with respect to the role of ethics in technology? The correct statement, read the statement very carefully, all the statement, and let me know the statement correct in respect of role of ethics in technology. Let me know the answer, A, B, C or D. First is saying banks collect, store and access such customer data and information on a continuous basis. They have a primary moral obligation to prevent the data leaks and data misuse. Second is saying customer must be assured that their data and information are handled in a secured and confidential manner for their trust and faith in the banking system. Third, bank customer receives unsolicited marketing phones calls from various business enterprises like resort operators, club houses, etc. It should be restricted. Fourth is saying IT department personnel should be monitored to ensure that they do not leak bank customer data to outsiders for a reward. And fifth is saying periodic training should be held to impress that the data leakage is unethical and guilty employees should be severely dealt with. Which of the following is correct regarding the role of ethics in technology? Only 1, 2 and 3, only 1, 2 and 5, only 2 and 5, all 1 to 5. A, B, C or D? B statement, B and A. Two options are coming, that is B and A. So right answer is first is correct, second is correct and the fifth one is correct. So right answer is your B option. Okay, right answer will be your what? Right answer is B, that is first, second and fifth is correct. So you can see here, each second billions of data gets captured and transmitted in public domain. Okay, while your some data remain accessible to a few authorized persons. Some of the data captured by bank may be, that may be pure banking related data, and other data could be pertaining to the services, online payment of insurance premium, mutual fund investment for which the bank's payment service are used. So as bank collect, store, access such customer data and information on a continuous basis, they have a primary moral obligation to prevent the data leaks and data misuse. That's why the first statement was correct. Then customer must be assured that their data and information are handled in a secure and confidential manner for their trust and faith in the banking system. Okay, that's why the second statement was also correct. Then next we have a bank customer receive unsolicited marketing phone calls from various business enterprises like resort operators, club houses, etc. Then it should be, these are what, this have been accepted by the customers, like we still keep accepting of calls, so it should be restricted. No such kind of point have been given here. That's why the third statement was wrong. Then the IT department personnel should be monitored to ensure that they do not leak banks customer data to outsiders for a whether or not for a reward. Okay, and the fourth statement was saying they should not do it for the reward. So that's why the fourth statement was also wrong, because whether or not for reward, they do not have to share the data of a customer. Okay, next is saying the periodic training should be held. Okay, the periodic training should be held to impress that data leakage is unethical and guilty employees should be severely dealt with. So that's why the fifth statement was correct. So first, second and fifth, these three statement was correct in respect to the roles of ethics in the technology. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct in respect to the again roles of ethics in the technology? Next question is also talking about role of ethics in the technology. So you have to answer which of the following statement is correct here. First is saying two terms Fintech and Regtech have been coined. Second is saying Fintech refers to technology for delivery, facilitation of financial services. Regtech refers to technology facilitating regulatory compliance. Banks and financial institutions are realizing the value addition in adopting and or adapting various fintech innovation. Collaborations are a great opportunity to increase revenues and to bring about innovation to benefit the customer. A, B, C or D, which of the following is correct regarding the role of ethics in the technology? Okay. Option number D, everyone is going with. Okay, correct. Right answer will be option number D, all 1 to 5, correct. All the statements regarding the role of ethics. You can see two terms Fintech and Regtech have been coined. Fintech means technology for delivering, facilitating of the financial services. Regtech refers to technology facilitating regulatory compliance here. Apart from that, bank and financial institutions are realizing the value addition in adopting and or adapting various fintech innovation. Like such collaboration are a great opportunity to increase the revenue and to bring about the innovation to benefit the customer. Okay. Also, based on the recommendation of the working group on fintech digital banking, RBI put in place the enabling framework for regulatory sandbox. The objective is to foster responsible innovation in financial services, promote efficiency, bring benefit to the consumers. So it is a formal regulatory program for market participant to test new products, services or business models with the customers in a live environment subject to certain safeguards and oversights here. Okay, so that's what the recommendation of the working group on fintech and digital banking given by the RBI. Okay, about the regulatory sandbox. Next, match the following. And the question is talking about your data mart, data lake and data mining, and you have to match the correct options. So let me know the right answer. Match the following. First is saying it is a technique to reveal the strategic information hidden in the data warehouse. It is the process of automatically finding the patterns and relations in the large database. So that is your data mining. So we can say third, this is first, this is second, this is third, A, B and C. So third is your A. Third matches with the A option, because data mining is actually the technique which actually cross-check your data, which is a large database, and out of that we can find out the particular pattern or relation. So third is A, and if the third is A, we can easily find out the answer, that is B. If the third is A, we can easily find out the answer, that is option number B. Elimination method is there. Okay, so it is a simple form of data warehouse that is focused on a single subject. When it is focusing on a single subject, it is what? It is a data lake, and it allows organization to store large amount of structured and unstructured data. So when we have maintaining the structured and unstructured data, that's your data mart. Okay, so right answer will be your B option. You can see a data mart is a simple for data warehouse that is focusing on a single subject of business such as the sales, finance, marketing. Given their focus, data marts are drawn from fewer sources than the data warehouse, and data mart sources can include internal operation system and a central data warehouse. And data lake is what? It is organization to store large amount of structured and unstructured data and immediately make it available for the real-time analysis. One second. When we talk about structured and unstructured data, it will be a part of data lake. It means second is your C. One second. Second is your C, and first will be your B. Okay. So the right answer will be first is B, second is C, and third is A. And this will be right answer. B, C, and A. Okay, this will be the right answer. Because in the data lake we have structured and unstructured data. So that's why first is B, second is C, third is A. So data lake is a lake. Data lake allows organization to store amount of structured and unstructured data and immediately make it available for the real-time analytics, data science, machine learning use cases. So with the data lake, data is ingested in its original form without the alteration. Okay, so when it comes to the data mart, data lakes, data warehouse, they serve different purposes and needs. And the key difference between a data lake and data warehouse is that data lakes store vast amount of raw data without a predefined structure, whereas in the data warehouse it is a defined structure. So organized need not to know how the data will be used. And if we talk about data mining, it is simply a technique to reveal the strategic information hidden in the data warehouse. It is the process of automatically finding the patterns and relation in large database. And the patterns and relations can be organized into a concise model. They can be used to refine a previously existing model. They can provide summaries of large quantities of data. Okay, and it helps in exposing the patterns that are critical to business and provide an advantage to the insight and knowledge of what? Of the sound prediction of customer behavior, highly targeted market forces, maximized operational effectiveness, optimal return on the investment. All of these are the benefits that can be taken because of the data mining. Okay. Now, next, which of the following statements are correct with respect to the data security and privacy? The correct statement with respect to data security and privacy. First is saying online banking transaction on various digital platforms mean risks related to data security and privacy are much more critical. Second, technology based activities are outsourced to fintech companies to a greater extent. Banks need to have a strict internal control system to ensure that the fintech companies are there to establish internal procedure and compliance of the bank. Third, banks need to ensure that the staff personnel of the bank and fintech service providers have appropriate level of integrity, awareness, capability to ensure the compliance and privacy of the banking data. Then fourth is saying data privacy rules may vary from the bank to bank and also geography to geography. Fifth is saying each bank needs to develop a strong internal awareness processes and capability to ensure data privacy. So only 1 to 4, only 2 to 5, only 2, 3 and 4 or all 1 to 5. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to data security and privacy? And everyone is going with the D option. Very good. All the statement regarding the data security and privacy is correct here. So right answer will be, okay, right answer will be your D option. So you can see online banking transaction on various digital platform means risk related to data security and privacy. They are much more critical. Okay, and next is as technology based activities are outsourced to fintech companies, to greater extent banks need to have a strict internal control system to ensure that fintech companies are there to establish internal procedures and compliance of the bank. Third is saying the banks need to ensure that the staff and personnel of the bank and fintech service provider have the appropriate level of integrity, awareness, capability to ensure the compliance and the privacy of the bank data. The fourth is saying the data privacy rules may vary from bank to bank and also geography to geography. That's correct. And each bank need to develop a strong internal awareness process and capability to ensure the data. So that's why all the statement regarding the data security and privacy was correct. Next question. LRS is not applicable on which of the following? Also, let me know the full form of LRS. It is introduced by, LRS was introduced by whom? Introduced in which year? What type of remittance will be done under the LRS, like it's an inward remittance or an outward remittance, and the amount of remittance which is allowed to be transferred. Do let me know all these four things as well. So it is a liberalized remittance scheme. That's correct. LRS stand for liberalized remittance scheme, and it is an outward remittance scheme. Outward means from India to abroad fund will be transferred. Correct. And the amount will be 2.5 lakh dollars. That's also correct. In one financial year, 2.5 lakh dollars will be transferred. It was introduced by RBI. It was introduced in 2004. Acha, this scheme is for whom? Like Hindu undivided family can transfer 2.5 lakh dollars from India to abroad. Or if a company wants, they can transfer this amount. Like this scheme is applicable to whom? Let me know this scheme is applicable to whom. The right answer is D. All the four statement is here not applicable on the following. Like a scheme is not applicable for the remittance to Nepal, Bhutan, Pak, Mauritius or other countries identified by the FATF, Financial Action Task Force. Okay. Second is saying here, that is saying the scheme is not meant for remittance by corporate. The purchase of lottery tickets prohibited and magazines. Individuals or entity identified by RBI as posing significant risk of the terrorism. So all are not, LRS is not applicable on all of these. Okay, so right answer is D. Very good. Resident individual, this is scheme for the resident individual including minor. Including minor. Okay, do remember that. So right answer is here D. Now you can see under the prohibition on acquisition of transfer or removal property in India by citizens of certain countries, like citizens except OCI of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, China, Iran, Nepal, Bhutan, Macau, Hong Kong, Democratic People's Republic of Korea need prior RBI permission to acquire or transfer immovable property in India except on lease of not more than 5 years. Now the transactions which are prohibited under the Schedule 1, the remittance out of lottery winnings, remittance of income from racing, riding or any other hobby, remittance for purchase of lottery tickets, banned, proscribed magazines, football, pools, SWIPs, tax, payment of commission on exports made towards equity investment in joint venture, wholly owned subsidiary abroad of an Indian company. Then the remittance of dividend by any company to which the requirement of dividend balancing is applicable. Then we have payment of commission on exports and rupee state credit route, except commission up to 10% of invoice value of exports of tea and tobacco. Also the payment related to the callback services of telephone and the remittance of interest income on funds held in the non-resident special rupee account. So these are the prohibition on acquisition or transfer of your immovable property media by the citizen of certain countries have been given. Okay, next question. Which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the data security? Next we have to individuals including minor, है ना, answer whole, like these are applicable on the individuals including the minors. Now let me know the incorrect statement in context to the data security. Which of the following is the incorrect statement? Okay, so C options you guys are going with. Okay, so first is saying to define and implement procedure to ensure integrity and consistency of all data and electronic forms. That's correct. The first statement is correct statement. Second is saying to ensure uniform data protection within and outside the institution. That's also correct. There should be secure storage of media. Control could include physical and environmental controls such as for fire, flood protection, limiting access by means like physical locks, keypad, passwords, biometrics, etc., labeling and logged exit. That's also correct. Banks need appropriate disposal procedure for both electronic and paper-based media. That's also correct. Banks should not maintain a security of media while in transfer or when shared with the third parties. That's correct. Bank should not encrypt. Bank should encrypt customers' account and transaction data which is transmitted, transported, delivered or couriered onto the external part of the other location. So right answer is 6 is wrong. 7th is saying a few other aspects include blocking, filtering, monitoring of electronic mechanisms like email, printing, monitoring for unauthorized software and hardware like password cracking, software key loggers, wireless access points, etc. So that's also, if we talk about the 7th statement, that's also correct, right? A few other aspects we're talking about that include your blocking, your filtering, your monitoring of electronic mechanisms like it can be email, it can be printing, monitoring for your unauthorized software and hardware, it can be password cracking, software key loggers, wireless access points, etc. This is also true. So the statement is 7th is also correct, and the wrong statement, bank should not maintain, yes, the 5th statement should be positive, not negative. Yes, very good, correct. 5th statement should be also positive, like the bank should maintain the security of media in transit or when shared with the third party. Very good. So fifth and sixth, these are the two statements which are wrong. So right answer will be C option. Okay, right answer will be C option. So fifth and sixth, they have given a negative statement. It should be a positive. So fifth and sixth is not correct. Right answer is C. Okay, and these are the points that have been given to us in case of your data security. So RBI provided the guidelines on information security, electronic banking, technology risk management, cyber fraud to all the commercial banks. Who have given this? RBI have given this. And do remember all these points related to data security. Now, the risk that can arise from cyber attacks are like financial loss, the critical data loss or breach, the loss of productivity due to business disruption, insurance loss, compensation to customer. Which of the following risk can arise from the cyber attacks? A, B, C or D? Okay, see, everyone is saying very good. It will create a financial loss, critical data loss or breach is there, loss of productivity due to the business disruption, compensation to customer, but not the insurance loss. So right answer is first, second, third and fifth. Very good. C option is correct. Right. Okay. So you can see the risks are not specific to banking but are encountered in all types of business activity. The risk broadly lead to incorrect decision making, which leads to the setbacks of business. Interruption in activities due to the loss of data, hardware, software or peopleware. Violation of privacy. Direct financial loss due to the computer. So these are the risks that can arise. Next. The report of a committee headed by retired Justice B.N. Sri Krishna 2018 identify which of the following principle for the data protection laws. So we have to answer like according to this committees or which is headed by the retired Justice B.N. Sri Krishna. What are the principles for the data protection laws given here or identified for the data privacy purposes? A, B, C or D? Let me know. First is saying technology agnostics data protection law must be flexible to include the changing technologies. Then second is saying here that data minimization, data sort and proceeds should be minimal and as necessary. Third, informed consent. Consent is an expression of a human autonomy. Fourth is saying accountability of a data controller. Fifth is saying penalties for wrongful processing and enforcement of data protection framework by a statutory authority. And sixth is saying measures of data privacy bill are passed by parliament during 2021-22. A, B, C or D? Which of the following is correct here? Okay. Okay. So if we talk about the statement first, second, third, fourth, fifth is correct, but not the sixth, because the data privacy bill actually passed by the parliament during 2020 to 23. It should be 2022-23. So we will write answer like all 1 to 5, but not the 6. The answer will be correct, all 1 to 5. 6 is not correct because the data privacy bill passed by the parliament during 2020 to 23 financial. So all 1 to 5 is correct, not the sixth one. Okay, so the fourth statement will be all 1 to 5. Okay. So you can see some study shows that it is easier to track frauds undertaken through electronic means than the physical fraud. So fintech companies can use technology and analytics to prevent and predict the frauds. And once could be on the fintech players to utilize their technological expertise and engage with the regulators to draft the appropriate guidelines to prevent fraud. So the report committee headed by retired Justice B.N. Sri Krishna 2018 identified the 7 principles for data protection law. First is saying technology agnostics. Data protection law is flexible to include the changing technology. First statement. Second, that the data minimization, data sort are processed should be minimum and as necessary. Third, informed consent. Consent is an expression of human autonomy. Fourth, your accounting of data controller penalty, accounting of the data controller. Fifth, we have penalties for wrongful processing and enforcement of data protection framework by the statutory authority. And then sixth, we have measures are underway for the approval of data privacy bill by parliament during the 2022-23. So only the last statement was wrong, otherwise all the statement was correct regarding the data privacy. Okay. Now what is a patent? What is patent? I guess everybody is aware about the intellectual property rights. The patent is related to the same. So let me know what is the patent. First is saying a patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention of a product or process that provides a new way of doing something or that offers a new technical solution to a problem. Second, a patent provides patent owners with protection for a limited period, generally 20 years for their inventories. Third is saying performing artists in their performance, procedures of phonograms, in their recordings, and broadcasters in their radios and television program. Fourth is saying a special symbol, design or name that a company put on its product that cannot be used by any other company. So we are talking about a patent. Which of the following is regarding the patent? So patent is a type of intellectual property right. It's a part of intellectual property rights. And the right answer will be B and D. Two options are coming. What about rest? C is also there. Okay. What about others? Okay, done. So first is saying patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention, a product or process that provides a new way of doing something or that offers a new technical solution to a problem. That's correct. A patent provides patent owner with protection of a limited period, that's generally 20 years for their invention. If they want, after completing 20 years, they can again register them. They can again register their product or process. Performing artists in their performance, procedure of phonograms in their recordings and broadcast in their radio and televisions, they are not a patent, they are the copyright. Okay, your writings, your songs, your stories, such kind of things is a part of your copyright. A symbol, design or name of a company that put it on its product that cannot be used by any other company, they are the trademark. They will be coming under the trademark that offer intellectual property rights. So right answer is first and second only. The option is B correct only. That is first and second is patent, third is copyright, and fourth is the trademark. Okay, so that's the intellectual property right we are talking about. Intellectual property refers to the creation of an asset by an individual or anyone using his or her creativity, innovation. Such intellectual property belongs to that individual, and any unauthorized use of such IP is strictly prohibited under the applicable law of the land. So some examples of intellectual properties are artistic work, your symbols, your innovative process, your method. So intellectual property is divided into two categories. First is patent, second is copyright. Patent includes your innovation, your trademark, your industrial design, your geographical indication. Copyright, literary work, films, music, artistic work, and architectural designs are covered. So rights related to copyright include those performing artists in their performance, producers of phonograms in their recording, and broadcasters in their radio and television. These are the copyright. If we talk about the intellectual property rights, are formal mechanism by which the assets or properties establish an intellectual asset. So simply, it's your innovation. You do not want anyone else to use it or earn money on it. So you register your property or your innovation or your ideas of it. It can be a product or it can be a process, both, in the patent, so that anybody else cannot be using it, cannot be authorized to use it without your permission. And if they do so, they have to pay you the royalty. Okay. So a patent is an exclusive grant. One second. The patent is an exclusive right granted for an invention, a product or process that provides a new way of doing something or that offers a new technical solution to a problem. Okay. So a patent provides patent owner with protection for a limited period, that generally 20 years, for their invention. That's what the intellectual property rights mean. Okay. Now, which among the following are not a cyber threat to the bank? Which of the following are not a cyber threat to the bank? Break. We need a break. Do we need a break? Let me know. Identity theft, data breach or theft, hacking, malware, viruses. Not a cyber threat to the bank. Okay, everyone is going with the D option. That's true. None of these, because all of these are the cyber threat to the bank. Your identity theft, your data breach or theft, your hacking, your malware, your viruses, they all are the part of your cyber threat to the bank. So right answer is D, none of the above. Okay, so you can see identity theft, data breach or theft, hacking, malware, viruses, ransomware, phishing, wishing, smishing, farming, distributed denial of services, cyber squatting, bullying, and warfare. They all are the cyber threat to the bank. They all are what? They all are the cyber threat to the banks. Here. Chalo, next we have, acha, before moving to the next question, that will be about your information security. Let's take a break. Okay, let's take a 15 minutes break. We'll continue at 8:50. Okay, let's take a break of 15 minutes and we'll continue at 8:15. So make sure you reach by 8:15, because we will start the session again. We will resume the session at 8:15. Okay, chalo. So let's take a 15 minutes. Okay, should we start? Is everyone here? Let me know. Should we start the session? Is everyone here? Also, let me know audio, video, both are okay. Are we good to go? So do write all okay so that we can start the session. Dipti ma'am was asking what is farming. Farming is actually a cyber attack, a type of cyber attack which intended to redirect a website's traffic to the another website, right? Like a fake site by installing a malicious program or any victim's computer in order to gain access to the particular victim's computer. Okay, that is known as your farming. So let me know. Everything okay? Is everyone back? Should we start? All okay. So thank you for confirming. Let's start. Next question we have: which of the following aspect related to information security need particular attention? Like which of the following aspects relating to information security need the particular attention? A, B, C or D? First is saying employee made aware of the professional obligation relating to the information security. Second is saying advising about various types of prevalent cyber crimes. Okay. Third we have is your making the employees, especially IT employees, aware of the patterns of IT attack on bank customers, servers, other assets like ATM, etc. And to familiarize with the profiles of attackers and pattern of thefts and modules operant. And fourth is saying advertisement and awareness of bank services in public. So which of the following is there any issue with the voice, Triveni ma'am? Let me know. Which of the following aspect to information security need the particular attention of a bank? A, B, C or D? Okay, everyone is saying D. 1 to 4. No. The first is correct. Employee made aware of the professional obligation related to the information security. Advising about various types of prevalent cyber crimes is also true. Making the employee aware of the patterns of IT attacks and all. Advertisement and awareness of banks and services in public is not where the information security need a particular attention. So right answer will be here. Your option number A. 1, 2 and 3 is correct. Right answer will be option number A, that 1, 2 and 3 is correct, not all of the above. So right answer is A. And now you can see here that the IT team of the bank or financial institution is the custodian of information of its customers' dealing and activities. So their work conduct and ethical conduct is of paramount importance for the organization. Any failure of professional handling the IT desk and data can result in major leakage of sensitive information, with the huge losses to the bank, and the reputation risk and expensive legal battles are there. Okay, so if we talk about here, hence awareness of ethical conduct has become very important. With every technological advancement, there should be proper training, orientation, refreshers course for all the employees to make them understand the importance and criticality of the ethical behavior which is required. So this apply to the employees posted not only in IT department but also in operation and various support function. In all the department employee, this is very important. So the following aspect relating to the security need a particular attention. First, employee made aware of the professional obligation related to their information security. Second, advising about various types of prevalent cyber crimes. Third, making the employees aware of the pattern of IT attack on the bank customer, servers, other assets like ATM, etc., and to familiarize with the profiles of attackers and patterns of threats and modules operate. So these are the three cases in which a particular attention is required, and each and every employee of a bank, not only the IT employee but every employee of a bank should be trained, should be skilled regarding all of these. Okay, right answer was 1, 2 and 3, not the fourth one. RBI's Committee on Mechanization in the Banking Industry 1984 and the Computerization in Banks 1988 were headed by. Last screen only displayed for me. Triveni ma'am, close the window and then again open it. Okay, because session is going perfect. I am also watching it on YouTube. So do make sure you close the window and then again open it. So which committee it is? YH Maligam committee, Dr. C. Rangarajan, Mr. W.S. Saraf, Mr. M. Narasimhan. So if we talk about the bank computerization or computerization in the banks, it is the recommendation given by the Rangarajan committee. Given by the Rangarajan committee. So the right answer is your B option. The right answer is what? It is the B option. Very good, Dr. C. Rangarajan. You can see bank computerization, the concept of computerization practically started during 1881. In the year 1983, a committee was set up under the chairmanship of Deputy Governor of RBI, who was Dr. C. Rangarajan, to study the possibilities and stages which is involved in the bank computerization and prepare the guidelines for the same. So the report submitted by committee in the year 1984 was the first Rangarajan committee report on the bank mechanization. Also subsequent to that, the computerization in banks gained momentum in the year 1983-84, and the another committee was constituted in the year 1988 under the chairmanship of Dr. C. Rangarajan. To what? To draw up a prospective plan on the computerization of banks for a 5-year period from 1990 to 1990. Okay, so that's a Dr. C. Rangarajan committee. Also, the same committee came for ATMs as well. So automated teller machines are primarily used to perform some banking functions, such as you can withdraw your cash, you can deposit the cash, check, etc. Using an ATM or ATM card, debit card or credit card and prepaid card as permitted by the issuer, you can perform the certain functions on the ATM. So the committee headed by Dr. C. Rangarajan recommended setting up ATMs in the country. Okay, so do remember, it is not only for the bank computerization but also the committee headed by the Dr. C. Rangarajan, and which says that we have to set up ATMs in it. And these machines should be strategically located at airports, railway stations, hospitals, important commercial centers and bank branches for the use of the customer. Okay, so this is why the the Dr. Rangarajan committee was introduced for the ATM as well as for bank computerization. Okay, next. Information technology has broadly been used under two different avenues in banking. One is communication and connectivity, and the other is dash. So when we use IT, it has broadly been used under two different avenues in the banking when you are using IT. The one is communication and connectivity, and the second one is what? Is it your digital rights management? Is it your business process re-engineering? Is it intellectual property rights or a data leak prevention? So IT we are using for the other purpose. What is the other purpose? A, B, C or D? YH Maligam committee came for the given a study on the microfinance institution, to study the issues related to microfinance institution. Okay, we are getting options C and D and B. So the first purpose of using IT is simply communication and connectivity, and the second one is business process re-engineering, that is BPR, that is known as your BPR. So right answer will be B option. What is BPR? So it has been used in two avenues in the, IT has been used in two avenues in banking: communication and connectivity, and the business process re-engineering. So what is business process re-engineering? It helps bank to achieve the following task. The first task is to help a bank to realign the existing business process in tune with the benefits provided by the new technology platform. Second, it also helps the bank in taking advantage of the best business practices which is available in technology platform to provide more efficient services. Third, process aligned with the technology platforms provide the bank with the capability to deliver the enhanced value to their customer and gain from the change. So these are the three activities, or these are the three purposes in which the business process re-engineering helps the bank. Okay, that is BPR. Next, Whistleblower policy for the public sector banks and the RBI has been brought under the preview of Dash with effect from 21st of April 2004. So it comes under the vigilance of whom? A serious fraud investigation officer, a Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Central Business Commission, or Chief Information Commission. Under whose preview this whistleblower policy came in the effect? A, B, C, or D? Okay, everyone is going with the C option, and that's correct. The Central Vigilance Commission. Right answer is C. Okay, so you can see here, whistleblowing policy for the public sector bank RBI was brought under the preview of Central Vigilance Commission with effect from 21st of April 2004. On 18th April 2007, RBI brought out the protected disclosure scheme for private sector and foreign banks in context of whistleblower mechanism in these two category of banks also. So it will be now for public sector, for private sector, for foreign bank. And if we talk about the law in India, those officers and staff who attempted in the past to expose the corruption and wrongdoings by some unscrupulous employees or other stakeholder like the contractor, operator, they empaneled with their organization, were killed or injured or faced life threat. And like if any person have actually given the information regarding any wrongdoing or something, they have been getting a life threat, they were injured and they were killed by the people. So many incidents took place in public works of Government of India, public sector enterprises, cooperatives and police department, to name a few. So that's why the Whistleblowers Protection Act 2011 received the assent from the President of India in May 2014, and it provided a mechanism to investigate alleged corruption and misuse of power by the public sector. And it also protects the complainant who expose alleged wrongdoing in the government bodies, project and offices. Like the name of the person won't be disclosed to secure him from any kind of like negative thing happen towards him. The wrongdoing might be take form of fraud, corruption or mismanagement. The act prohibits punishment for false or fictitious complaint. Like if somebody is giving a wrong complaint or like fraudulous complaint, in that case the person will be punished. And protection of genuine complainant is responsibility of the Central Business Commission. Okay, so it comes under the CVC. Also remember why this act was introduced. This act was introduced in the year 2014. Act was the 2011 and got the received the assent from the President of India in May 2014. Okay, next. An acceptable ethical behavior involves an employee's general set of beliefs, values and behaviors that she shapes up for the regular day-to-day method of service delivery dealing with Dash. Let me know which one is the correct. A, B, C or D? Okay, so right answer you guys are saying B. It will be all categories of the customer and to the other co-employees of the organization. Okay, see, so an acceptable ethical behavior involves an employee general set of beliefs, values and behavior that she shapes up for the regular day-to-day method of service delivery, which is dealing with the very good all categories of the customer and to the other employees. Very good. Right answer will be your B option. Right answer is B. That's correct. Next, if a banker strives towards ensuring sustainable development, which of the following hierarchies of bigger than self can this be attributed? So question is asking about if a banker strives toward ensuring a sustainable development, which of the following hierarchies of bigger than self can be attributed? Is it a community? Is it a religion? Is it a society at large, or a global causes? A, B, C or D? Okay, so right answer will be your global causes. Very good. The right answer will be your global causes. That is the right answer, D. Very good. Next, job discrimination means an employee being opportunity based on the dash. Like if there is a job discrimination in the company, it means the employee is getting opportunity on the basis of what? Race or religion, caste, sex, all of the above. Which of the following is correct? D, very good, all of the above. That's the correct option. That is D, all of the above. So job description refers to differentiating employee based on religion, caste, sex or race. Right from the entry into the job, working condition, your announcements, your promotion, one may observe certain instances of discrimination. Though there are laid down rules and regulations that there should be no discrimination among the employees, one needs to ensure a proper HR practices also employee conduct in interpersonal behavior to stop this kind of activity in the organization. The right answer was all of the above. Now, which among the following is our correct goal of Payment Vision 2025? The correct goal of Payment Vision 2025. Okay. First is saying that more than 3 times increase in the number of digital transaction. Second is saying that will be, so first is saying that we have that there is an increase in the more than 3 times in the increase in the number of digital transactions. Second is saying increase in PPI transaction by 100%. Third is saying UPI registered an average annualized growth rate of more than 50%, IMPS and NEFT to show proportionate growth. Then fourth is saying increase in the turnover of payment transaction, that should be GDP to 8%. Volume of check based payment to be less than 2.5% of the total retail payment. So what is the payment vision here? C or D? Only two or none of the above. Okay, what about rest? Not correct, you have to find out. Not a correct statement about the payment 2025. Actually, second option is not correct. It's not 100%. We have to increase it to the 150%. We have to increase it to the 150%. So second statement is wrong. Right answer will be C. Yes, trademark is also, no, trademark actually is the different intellectual property rights. So there are three intellectual property rights: patent, trademark and copyright. Okay, do remember that. So right answer is your C, that only two. So the Reserve Bank of India has published the Payment Vision 2025 on June 17, 2022. The Payment Vision 2025 has a core theme of e-payments for everyone, everywhere, every time. That's a 4 E's. Okay, and it aims to provide every user with safe, secure, fast, convenient, accessible, affordable e-payment option. So in case of Payment Vision 2025 document, it is presented across 5 pillars. Do remember these 5 pillars. That is integrity, inclusion, innovation, institutionalization and internationalization. These are the 5 pillars of your Payment Vision 2025. Also, in case of payment vision targets that have to be achieved, more than 3 times increase in the number of digital transactions, increase in prepaid payment instrument transaction by 150%, UPI to register an average annualized growth rate of more than 50%, like IMPS and EFT to show the proportionate growth here. Then increase in the turnover of payment transaction, like that should be GDP to 8%, and volume of check-based payment to be less than 0.25% of the total retail. So these are the recommendation, or these are the targets that have been taken under the payment vision 2020 of RBI. Okay, and that was taken in the year 2022. Here, now the certain important committees and sections related to your PPP subject is like Hajj Committee of India was for Hajj and Umrah pilgrims. Narsiman Committee is for merchant banking. DP Kanungo Committee is there to review the customer service standard in entities regulated by RBI. Also, Customer Service Committee of the Board, Standing Committee on Customer Service, and Branch Level Service Committee. That's what the BP Kanungo Committee. Then we have SS Tarapur Committee, Procedure and Performance Audit of the Public Service, that have been under the BC SBI. Okay. Then we have PL Tandon Committee, that is for the improvement in delivery of industrial credit. Then we have Deepak Mohanty Committee for the benchmark prime lending rate. Then we got Narsiman Committee for the financial system reform or a financial sector reform. Then Dr. C. Rangarajan Committee, quick technological changes in computer and communication, and as well as for setting up of ATMs in India. They both are the Rangarajan Committee. TN Anantharam Iyer Committee is for the communication network for banks. Dr. C. Rangarajan Committee is also for interconnecting of branches and interfacing with the public data networks. Sharaf Committee is setting up a country-wide data communication network for banks linking the major centers of the country. Again, the Dr. C. Rangarajan Committee for establishment of IFTAS. What is IFTAS? It is the wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. It is what? It is the wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. Okay. Then one more Sharaf Committee is there for the technical issues in the payment and settlement system. Then Gopal Krishnan Committee, Information Security, Electronic Banking, Technological Risk Management and Cyber Fraud Issues. Then Uday Kotak Committee is for Business Ethics. Then we have BN Sri Krishna Committee, that for 7 principles of your data protection laws have been given. Apart from that, now the important sections. Under the Indian Contract Act, Section 148, 71, 164 is a bank customer as belly relationship. Section 182, bank customer as a agent principal. Section 11, accounts of minor. Section 126, bank guarantee facility. Section 172 is pledge. It's all under the Indian Contract Act. Second, Section 105 of Transfer of Property Act talks about the banker customer as a lessor-lessee relation. Okay, that's a Transfer of Property Act in case of locker facility. Now, in case of Companies Act, Section 21 is a public limited, 271 is a public limited company, 268 is a private limited company, 262 is a one-person company. Like Section 2, subsection is 62. Okay, and Section 2, subsection is 71. That's what is defined. And Section 2 is corporation and corporate person. That's a Indian Companies 2013. Now, Section 45 ZA to ZF of your banking regulation, it talks about the nomination facility of a bank customer. Okay, apart from that, next we have subsection 1 of Section 10 of Foreign Exchange Management Act, that's FAMA. It talks about the authorized dealer. Then we have the Section 7A of the Citizenship Act. It talks about the overseas citizen of India. Section 21 of Indian Penal Code is talks about the public servant. Then next we have a Negotiable Instrument Act. From Section 15 to 17 we have a kind of endorsement, like the types of endorsement. Section 138 talks about the dishonor of check for the insufficiency of fund and exceed arrangement in the account. Section 141 talks about the offenses by companies. Section 143 talks about the summary trial by the court. Section 144 talks about your mode of service of summons. Section 145, evidence on affidavit. Section 146, bank slip primia facie evidence of a certain facts. Section 147, offences to be compoundable. Section 148, a power of appellate court to order the payment pending appeal against the conviction. Okay, apart from that, section 10 talks about payment in due course. Section 31 talks about liability of a paying bank. Section 122 to 124, it talks about types of crossing, that will be general, account payee, and special. These are the three type of crossings we. Okay. Now, section 25 talks about declaration of holiday. Section 6 is check. Section 6b, check transgression. Section 5 is bill of exchange. Section 5 is your bill of exchange. And section 4 is your promissory note. So these are the important section of Negotiable Instrument Act, Indian Contract Transfer of Property Act, etc. Okay, so do remember all of these. Subsection 1 of section 3 of Food Safety and Standard Acts talks about goods. Then in the Consumer Protection Act 2019, 72 talks about the penalty for non-compliance of order. Section 3 talks about the right to information. Okay, so this will be available, this PDF will be available in the virtual library. Do make sure you read all the committees name, all the sections name as well, Hana, do memorize them. Section 24 of Sales of Goods Act talks about document of titles of goods. Section 2 talks about your debt. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is section 58, financial debt. Section 206-207, insolvency professional. Section 201, insolvency professional agency. Section 210, information utility. Section 53 is your distribution of assets. Section 126 is your bankruptcy. Section 125, bankruptcy trustee. And section 520 is operational debt. So IBC came in the year 2006. Okay, so these are the section of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Now, the section 2 of Limited Liability Partnership Act talks about the LLP. Section 41 I of RBI Act is talk about financial institution, mainly or NBFCs. Then section 3 of Recovery of Debts and Insolvency Act talks about the adjudicating authorities here. Section 59 of Indian Partnership Act talks about the firm. Clear? So these are the certain important committees and your sections that have been given under the multiple acts of your banking transaction or any other company's transaction. So do remember, you revise it once. Now let's move forward to the questions. Next question is talking about that the US based natural gas and electricity company in Enron by financial year 2000 with revenue of 100 billion became the dash. It became what? 21st largest Fortune 500 company, 7th largest Fortune 500 company, 9th largest Fortune 500 companies, or 78th largest Fortune 500. A, B, C, or D? Okay. No, it's not 9th largest, it is 7th largest. So right answer is B. It became 7th largest Fortune 500. So Iran company background, Iran is a major gas pipeline company in US and capitalized on the opportunities of privatization of natural gas and electricity. It became the 7th largest Fortune 500 company with a revenue of $100 billion. And this company's management and top executive was extremely aggressive. Authority was centralized in the few with more poor managerial accountability. Okay, this was the way of companies working. So in that case, what happened? The crisis situation, the problem started to reveal when a senior executive highlighted accounting discrepancies inflated financial statement, frauds and other unethical practices happen in the company. And in that situation, he indicated that large liabilities were managed in an off the book entry by creating a special purpose vehicle like backed by the Ron's stock. So CEO of the company resigned and also sold his shareholding in the company. So towards the end of 2000, the company defaulted on a large liabilities and in due course filed for the bankruptcy. And its stock price plunged from $90 to a nil in a like in 1 year. From $90, the price of a share became zero. So following the Enron episode, the auditors author Anderson lost their professional credibility, impacting their clientele because they have given the good credit history, but it was not there. So they also lost their professional credibility. And the reason behind the crisis in this particular company have been seen. Highly ambitious promoters, they targeted to achieve a fast phase growth for the business, and the significant and rapid diversification of business were undertaken into non-core business. Like they were not working in the core business. Just to expand, just to grow, they started doing diversification of the business and started focusing on the non-core business like broadband network, bandwidth trading company. So that was the reason why the crisis came in the company. And the learning from the case, we have got that unethical accounting policies and misrepresenting financial statements should not be used to project better business. Like you should not be using any misrepresentation of your financial statement, and unethical accounting should not be done. Excess performance pressure to achieve higher business goals lead to wrongful practices. Then unfair practices, poor transparency in business dealing do not. Only good corporate strategy help achieve success in the long run. Okay, so you do not use the unfair practices or poor transparency in the business. If you want a long-term growth, it will be only available with a good corporate strategy. Then pre-crisis preventive measures by way of proper audits can help nip the problem at the very beginning. So these are the learnings that have been given from the Enron's US-based company, which had the financial year 2000, they had the revenue of $100 billion, but in a period of 1 year, their share value, which actually dropped down from $90 per share to the 0 rupee. Like nobody was ready to purchase that at the zero price also. Okay, so this is the case study given to us. Now API in the terms of open banking refers to what? API in terms of open banking refers to what? Also let me know what is open banking, what actually the open banking is. Okay, option A is coming. That is saying application programming interface. And that's true. API stand for application programming interface. So right answer is A. It is correct. Okay. So application programming interface or API enable the businesses to make the specific data and functionality of their applications, which is available to external third-party developers. Okay. So business partners, internal department in their own organization. So this enable the services and products to communicate with one another and benefits from one another data and capability through a what? Through a specified interface. So APIs allow developers to communicate with the other goods and services without understanding how the API is implemented. So it is what? It is uses has increased dramatically over the past year. To do what? To point that many of the most popular web applications today would not be viable without the use of RESTful web services API. So simply application programming interface or API, it enables the businesses to make the specific data and the functionality of their application which will available to the external third-party developers your business partners and internal departments in their own organization. So that's why it have a huge importance in the open banking as well. Okay, now what is open banking? Which among the following statement are not correct with respect to Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? We'll do the open banking question apart after this. So before, let me know which statement is not correct with respect to your Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Read the statement and let me know. First is saying Jan Dhan Yojana is a nationwide scheme launched by the individual state government to ensure the financial inclusion of every individual who does not have a bank account in India. Second, Jan Dhan Yojana is a national mission for financial inclusion that aims to provide affordable access to financial services, including your basic savings and deposit account, remittances, credit, insurance and pension. Fourth, we have individual who does not have any bank account can open a basic savings bank deposit account through the scheme at any bank branch or through business correspondent outlet. Fourth, this scheme intends to provide everyone with affordable access to the financial services such as your banking, savings, deposits, remittance, credit, insurance and so not correct statement about the Jan Dhan Yojana. And everyone is going with the A option. So when you read the A statement, you do not have to go further with the another statement. By using the elimination method, you can simply say they are not introduced by the state governments. They were introduced, the Jan Dhan Yojana was introduced by the central government for the purpose of financial inclusion. So when we read the first statement, by using elimination method, we can simply answer A and move forward. Until and unless the fourth option is none of the above. If fourth statement is given none of the above, you have to check all the options. Okay, but if no such none of the above options are given, then you can simply tick the option number A and move forward. Okay, so right answer is A. So Jan Dhan Yojana is a nationwide scheme launched by the Government of India to ensure the financial inclusion of every individual who does not have a bank account in India. And the advantage, not a necessity to keep a minimum balance, like it's a zero balance account facility. RuPay debit card provided to the account holder free of cost. Accident insurance coverage is available. Overdraft of 10,000. Achha, what is the amount of accidental insurance? Let me know. The updated amount. The overdraft is also updated. It used to be 5,000, increased to 10,000. Available to qualifying account holder. And the Jan Dhan Yojana account holders avail the benefit of direct benefit transfer scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana and Mudra Yojana. All these schemes benefit will be linked to the Jan Dhan Yojana account holder. Let me know the accidental cover. The updated amount. Very good, it is 2 lakh. Accidental cover is right now 2 lakh. Old amount was 1 lakh. Okay, old amount was 1 lakh. It is increased to 2 lakh. Correct. Next. Which one of the following statement is not true about the open banking? Sorry. The statement not true about the open economy. Read them. First is saying okay. So first is saying it is the practice of enabling secure interoperability in the banking industry. It allows third-party payment service provider to access the banking transaction and other data from the banks and financial institutions. Being open in nature, open banking facilitate opening of account to foster financial inclusion, and API play a greater role in sharing customer data in open banking. Which of the following is not true regarding open banking? Okay, B option you guys are saying. So it feels like that B is right? Because we know that banks are not allowed to share the information about their customer with anyone because of the duty of secrecy and confidentiality. So bank have to make sure that each and every data of the customer is secure and confidential. But in the open banking, bank actually shares the data of the customers and the transaction or banking related information with the third party. So it's not B, it is C. Being open in nature, open banking facilitate the opening of account to foster the financial inclusion. That's not the right answer, or that's not a statement true about the open banking. So right answer will be your C option. Okay, right answer we have is a C option. Now, what is open banking? It is rapidly emerging as a significant source of innovation that can alter the financial industry. So banks and non-banks financial institutions use the application programming interface to provide the third-party financial service provider with open access to consumer banking, the transactional and other financial data from the banks and non-bank financial organizations. So consumers, financial institutions and the third-party service providers will be able to connect their accounts and data across institutions, making it easier for them to do the business. And open banking is also referred as what? Open bank data. So banks data will be shared with the other institutions. So open banking is a major driver of innovation and change in the banking business. Open banking uses network rather than centralization to securely assess financial services, consumer in sharing their financial information with other financial. Okay, so you can see the bank have a customer data, open APIs will be used, and the data will be shared with the third party apps and about the customer. So this is how open banking workflow, in which the data will be shared with the third parties by using the APIs. Okay, that's the open banking. Now, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic Regtech. So two statements have been given to us, and out of these two statements we have to answer which statement is correct regarding the Regtech. Regtech is regulatory technology. So first is saying Regtech or regulatory technology refers to the technological solution. Voice is low. Is everyone having audio issue? Do let me know, is audio okay? Let me know, is audio okay? Okay, so first is saying Regtech or all okay, right? Chalo, thank you. Thank you for confirming. Okay, we were talking about Regtech or regulatory technology refers to the technological solution that streamline and improve the regulatory processes. Regtech is a technology system that assists a bank or any financial institution in managing the regulatory compliance. Statement 2 talks about financial institutions are often overwhelmed by the number of laws, rules and regulations they need to implement, execute and monitor. So Regtech helps to make the compliance process more efficient, and Regtech products are available in a wide range of shapes and sizes. Fintechs and regulators are currently using Regtech to address the increasingly cumbersome compliance. And the both statements are true. Right, both the statement are true, so right answer will be both are correct. So that's actually what the Regtech is doing. It's a regulatory technology. It actually refers to technological solution which will be improving regulatory processes. Also, all the financial institutions are overwhelmed by the number of laws. A lot of laws, rules, regulations are there that they have to implement, execute, and monitor, etc. So Regtech help them to make it easy. Okay, so you can see Regtech or regulatory technology refers to technological solution. It is a technology system that assists a bank or any financial institution in managing their regulatory compliance. Like a lot of laws, lot of regulations are there, how to manage them. So it will be defined by the regulatory compliance or the Regtech. So Regtech helps to make the compliance process more efficient. Regtech products are available in a wide range of shapes and sizes. Fintechs and regulators are currently using Regtech. Okay, so Regtech can be used for the following broad purposes: for regulatory monitoring, for your regulatory obligations, for your compliance management, for your execution of compliance. For all of these activities, the Regtech can be utilized. Okay, so right answer was both were correct. Suptech services are used by whom? What is Suptech and it is used by whom? Okay, so suppliers of hardware, third-party vendors, emerging technology vendors, financial service authorities, and which of the following is correct? Okay, so you guys are saying D, that is your financial services authorities. That true? So Suptech services are used by whom? The financial services authorities. Right answer is D. So Suptech is services, supervisory technology, or Suptech offers a technological solution that assists financial supervisory authority in managing regulatory compliance. Okay, so supervisory agency manages risk in the financial sector and also implement the regulations here. So simply, the financial institutions are responsible for adhering to many rules and regulations. Supervisory agencies must ensure that all such rules and regulations are compiled with the financial institution. Okay, so Suptech provides technological tools to regulatory authorities to improve their supervisory efficiency through the automation. And RBI has been using Suptech to collect and analyze the data. Okay, RBI also using the Suptech for what purpose? For to collect and analyze the data. And the example are import data processing and monitoring system, export data processing and monitoring system, central repository of information of large credits. So the future of Regtech and Suptech technology depends largely on the big data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing. Okay, if they are increasing or growing in the economy, the future of Suptech and Regtech will also be growing. Okay, now which is of the following is used for detecting, analyzing, and responding to security threats? So which of the following will be used? By 10 or 10:30, we will end by 10 or 10:30. Depends on the questions. Hardly 10:30 it will be maximum like. Okay, so right answer is firewall, IDS or SIEM or IPS? Okay. Done. So if we talk about which of the following is used to detect, to analyze and respond to the security threats we are talking about, it is SIEM. What does SIEM stand for? What does SIEM stand for? It is the Security Information and Event Management. So Security Information and Event Management is a platform for detecting, analyzing, responding to the security threats. है ना? To the cyber security threats, to the next generation. So applications and network hardware security alarm may be analyzed in real time using the SIEM software, which combines your SIEM and SIEM technologies both. So using information acquired from around the world, SIEM software analyzes the event against the rules and analytics engines and indexes them for the search in millisecond. So data analysis, event correlation, aggregation, reporting and log management provide security teams with both insight into and record of the event taking place in the IT environment. Okay, so SIEM is what? It's a software can have many features and benefits, which include consolidation of multiple data points, your custom dashboards and alert workflow management is there. Also integration with other products will be done. So it's simply a platform which help to detect, analyze and respond to the cyber threats of the next generation. Okay, that is your Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. Now, which of the following is the objective of conducting VAPT to identify vulnerability in the dash? Yeah, I know bank is there. You guys have to go to the bank. So we will end soon. Like we will complete it soon. Don't worry. Which of the following is the objective of conducting VAPT to identify the vulnerability in the network, server, system infrastructure, or all of the above? Try to wind up as soon as possible. Okay. A, B, C, or D? Okay, all of the above, everyone is saying that's true. So if we talk about this, sorry, VAPT, it is a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So it is actually identify the vulnerability in the network, in the server, in the system infrastructure. So right answer is D. Very good. Right answer is your D. Now, so vulnerability assessment and penetration testing we are doing. VAPT aims to at identifying vulnerabilities in the network, server, system infrastructure is the objective of both vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So which are security services that are offered by the several companies. Both services have a different purpose and are carried out in order to attain the goals that are different but complementary to one another. So it is what? It aims at identifying all the vulnerabilities in the network, in the server, in the system infrastructure. It is the objective of this test. Okay, and this is security services that are offered by the several companies is here. So vulnerability assessment focuses on internal organizational security, whereas penetration testing focuses on the external real world threat. Okay, so vulnerability assessment when we are doing for the internal organizations, and if we are doing the penetration testing, it focuses on the external threat which comes to the business. So banks conduct periodic VAPT exercises through approved third-party vendor, and the observations are classified into high, medium and low risk. It is mandatory to mitigate these vulnerabilities and report to the top management. Okay, next. In cyberspace, a threat actor can be what? To whom we can call a threat actor? The cyber criminal, business competitor, present or former employee, or all of the above? to whom we can call as a threat actor? A, B, C or D? Okay, again D option. Very good. Right answer is again D. All of the above. The cyber criminals, your business competitors, your present or former employee, they all are the part of your threat actor. Okay. So you can see a threat actor is an individual or a group of people that take part in a malicious act that is intended to cause harm to the IT asset, including computers, devices, system or network. So threat actor can be what? Cyber criminals, business competitors, current or former employees. So what is cyber criminal? Who may be individual or group of people that cause a malicious cyber attack on the business. And cyber criminals who can threaten your technology or a data. Okay, it can be criminals out of for financial gain or information, to illegally access your hardware and data, or disrupt your business with the clients, to compromise your information with the malicious intent. Then business competitors, your competitors who are in the same line of business will be counted. And the current or former employees who accidentally or intentionally compromise your information or data, like the internal information they had and they compromise that. So these all are the part of the threat actors. Okay, so threat actor simply means a person or a group of persons who take part in the malicious act. Malicious means you are by knowingly doing something wrong, and to harm someone, that is intended to cause harm to the IT asset, including your computer, your device, your system, your network. These are the threat actors. Okay. Which of the following statements are not correct in relation to the concept of Central Consumer Protection Council? Not correct in relation to the concept of Central Consumer Protection Council. It is established by central government. The object of CPC is to regulate the consumer's right under this act. The CPC can have minimum 36 members. The members including ministers from the central government only. Which one is not correct in relation to the concept of Central Consumer Protection Council? Not correct statement you have to find out. Okay, right answer is A, that is third and fourth. Okay, what about rest? Abhay sir is saying A. K. Digambar sir is also saying A. Vaibhav sir is also saying A. What about rest? Actually, it is not A, it is D. Right answer is D. Like the second, third and fourth all are not correct. If we talk about first is correct, it is established by the central government. That's correct. The object of CPC is to regulate the consumer rights. They do not regulate. They give the advice. They do not have a right to regulate them. They have a right to give advice, not regulation. Okay. The CPC can have a minimum 36 members. The maximum 36 members can be there. And the members include ministry from central government only? No, the state government employees will only be there. And they can also be there. So second, third and fourth, all the three are wrong. You can see here, the central government establishes the Consumer Protection Council, and the object of the CPC is to render advice on the promotion and protection of the consumer rights under this act. You give advice, you do not regulate them. CPC can have a maximum 36 member, which will be ministry from central government, state government will be there. Member of Parliament, Department of Central Government, your regulators, chief commissioners of CCPA, registrar NCDRC, secretaries from the state government, secretary in charge of consumer affairs as member secretary, and ministry in charge of consumer affairs, central government as a chairperson. They all can be the members. Okay, not only from the central ministry. Now, patching operating system is done to remediate against. So we have a patching operating system. It is done to remediate against what? Known security vulnerability, unknown macros, execution of unauthorized software, or DDoS attack. A, B, C, or D? Gaurav sir is saying A, that is known security vulnerabilities. Okay, what about rest? A, D, B, or C? No such option is there, B or C. Okay, so right answer is your A actually. Patching operating system is done to remediate your against known security vulnerabilities. You can see there are certain, right answer is A. You can see there are certain essential mitigation strategies for the business continuity we have. First is application whitelisting. So it is to control the execution of unauthorized software. Okay. Second, patching application is there to remediate known security vulnerability. Configuring Microsoft Office macro settings to block the untrusted macros. Application hardening is there to protect against vulnerability functionality. Restricting administrative privileges to limit the powerful access to the system. Patching operating system simply to remediate the known security vulnerability. Multi-factor authentication is there to protect against risky activities and the credential theft, and the daily backups to maintain availability of your uninfected critical data. So these are the certain mitigation strategy for the business continuity we have. Okay, do remember all of these. So the patching operating system or patching application is simply to remediate known security vulnerabilities in the system. Clear? Next. IS audit for software used and carried out by CAAT. This type is known as dash. IS audit for software used and carried out by the CAAT. This is the type of is known as the audit through computer, the audit around the computer, the audit through the computer, the audit with the computer, or all of the above. So there are basically three approaches to computer auditing. There are three approaches to computer auditing. First is around, second is through, and third is with. These are the three approaches we have. And CAAT stand for Computer Aided Audit Tools and Techniques. How it can be all of the above? There are three different approaches we have, so it cannot be all of the above. It can never be all of the above because we have three different approaches. It is the audit with the computer. It is your audit with the computer. So you can see we have there are basically three approaches to computer auditing. First is your audit with the computer. So the auditor also make use of an audit software consisting of computer programs as part of auditing here. So computer aided audit tools and techniques have evolved as one of the more efficient and effective ways to audit the computer. So generated files records documents to evaluate internal controls over the processing in a computerized environment. So that's the audit with the computer, in which we are using computer aided audit tools and techniques that will be helping us out to get more efficient and effective way to audit the computer. Okay. Then second, we have audit through computer. This approach involves use of computer for testing of logic and control existing within a system and the records which is produced by the system. Third, audit around the computer. In this approach, the auditor examines the internal control of a computer installation and the inputs and output of application system, which is based on the auditor's inference about the processing carried out. Okay, there are three approaches to the computer auditing we have. Next, 5G network technology uses which of the following? So answer here will be, okay, D, everyone is saying. Okay, very good. It is millimeter waves. Anna, very good. It is D answer, that is millimeter waves. Okay, right answer is D. So see here, 5G is the 5th generation cellular technology. 5G networks are digital cellular networks in which the service area covered by providers is divided into small geographical areas. They are called as cells. So they use millimeter waves using the multiple input, multiple output technology, that is MIMO technology. And ideally, the new 5G wireless devices also have a 4G LTE capability, as the new networks use 4G for initially establishing the connection with the cell. Okay, so as well as the location where the 5G access is not available. So 5G network drastically enhance our ability to move, manipulate and analyze the data on the fly. Okay, also if we talk about here, the 5G technology is characterized by low latency, high data capacity and reliability. This will eventually help the banks to create new ways to deliver mobile, online and in-branch services. Combining 5G with the new technologies like edge computing, software-defined networking, it will ultimately give business the flexibility to customize their network for optimum performance. Okay, so 5G network is actually working on what? It is working on your millimeter waves. Okay, now next, which one of the following statement best describes the RPA? Best describes the RPA. RPA is a rapid method of developing application. RPA is guided by the RBI's cybersecurity guidelines. RPA is aimed at automating business procedure, or all of the above. A, B, C or D? Mohit sir, it will be different. Both the marathons will have a different questions. Okay, A, D and C, three options are coming. So when we talk about RPA, it is the robotic process automation. It's what? It's a robotic process automation, and it actually aimed at the automating business process. So right answer is C. Right answer will be your C option. That is, RPA is aimed at automating business processes. So right answer will be your C option. Okay, so you can see here, robotic process automation is the practice of automating routine business practices with the software robots. These tasks include transaction processing, IT management, automated online assistance. So robotic process automation use artificial intelligence to build software robots that automate the tasks that once required human intervention, such as your customer service and IT management. Okay. Also, robotic process automation is often applied to repetitive and mundane tasks so that the employees can focus on more complex banking operations that require human interaction and decision. Like for example, we can train a robot by building rules to read mails and send routine replies to or generate a purchase order. That's a routine work. You can simply make the robots build certain rules to read mails and to reply to common computer generated reply can be done. But some of the major advantages of RPA are 24/7 working without the fatigue and a time and cost savings, your zero typos, your copy paste mistakes, compliance. This is the benefit. Like you cannot make an employee of a bank work 24/7, reply 24/7 about each and every mail or any calls. So banks can build a virtual workforce by adopting the RPA integrated with the artificial intelligence to automate the processes through the deployment of customer. So the use of AI is about leveraging intelligence algorithm to resolve inefficiency and drive the enhanced customer experience at every point of interaction. Okay, because customer will be see that it is promptness is there from the answer from the side of the bank. So that will create the better customer experience. And RPA is being used in the banking activities like KYC, customer onboarding, loan origination, etc. So that's why the right answer was your C option. Okay, next. Which of the following is associated with the distributed ledger technology? Which of the following is associated with the distributed ledger technology? Blockchain, 5G network, ATMs or RPA? So we have just seen it cannot be 5G. Also RPA we have seen it is not RPA. So distributed ledger technology is associated with what? ATMs or a blockchain? Let me know A or C. And the right answer is your A. It is related to your blockchain. Distributed ledger technology is related to your blockchain. Right answer is A. Migrant Nepalese workers working in India who make remittance to their families a ceiling of Indian rupee. So we have a scheme properly. We have an Indo-Nepal remittance scheme, and that's a one-sided scheme. It means only outward remittance can be done in the Indo-Nepal remittance scheme from India to Nepal. Okay, it is India to Nepal fund transfer can be done by those migrant Nepalis who are working in India, their families in Nepal, and they want to send money to them. Okay, so what is the amount? 50,000 is a fixed per remittance, 1 lakh fixed, 2 lakh is fixed, or 5 lakh is fixed. Very good. Answer is C. It is 2 lakh is fixed for per remittance. Okay, it's a one-sided scheme. Right answer is C. So you can see Indo-Nepal remittance scheme. Considering the importance of establishing a formal remittance system between India and Nepal, Indo-Nepal remittance facility scheme was launched by RBI in May 2008. Okay, as an option for cross-border remittance from India to Nepal. And with this special focus on requirement of migrant workers of Nepali origin working in India, so it leverages the NEFT ecosystem for originating such remittances. Okay, so the system is designed to ensure faster remittance from India to any part of Nepal with safety and security. It can be done for the walk-in customer also, like if Nepali migrant Nepalis come and he do not have a bank account in India, also he do not have a bank account in Nepal, still his money can be transferred. So walk-in customers are also accepted here to perform the transfer. Okay. So silent feature, the target group is migrant Nepalis working in India who make remittances to their families. Second, the system was launched with one-way remittance from India to Nepal. It is an outward remittance, no inward remittance is there from Nepal to India. Ceiling of 2 lakh is fixed per remittance. Banks may accept cash from walk-in customer or non-customer. Like walk-in customer can come, and the person who do not have a customer of a bank, they can also come. And for them 50,000 per remittance with the maximum of 12 remittance in the year apply for such remittance. If walk-in customer or non-customer came, then 50,000 per remittance and maximum 12 remittance will be allowed in a one financial. So the remittances from India are in Indian rupee, and the payment to the beneficiary is in the Nepali rupees, will be done in Nepal. Okay. So banks can provide this facility to both account holder as well as non-account holder. A Nepali migrant worker not having bank account at either, not in India, not in Nepal, or both ends, can also avail this facility. But what is required for that? A non-account holder has to produce identification document like your passport, your PAN, your driving license, your telephone bill, your certificate of identification issued by employer in India with the details and photographs. So if you are not a customer of a bank, you are a walk-in customer, or let's say you are a non-customer of a bank, in that case you have to give your identity proof, that should be photo identity proof. So any of these documents will be required to perform the remittance if you are a non-customer. Okay. Now, which of the following is distinct advantage with UPI as compared to IMP? UPI is a mobile-based payment system. Branches can remit up to a maximum 2 crores using UPI. We can send a pull request to receive money. We can send money using IFSC code and account number. So you have to answer distinct advantage of UPI compared to IMPS. A, B, C or D? D and C, two options are coming. In IMPS, you cannot give a pull request. In UPI, it is available. So we can send a pull request to receive money in the UPI, which is not available in the IMPS. So that's the different advantage in the UPI we find. So right answer is C. Okay. The multiplexer is used to dash. Multiplexer is used to dash. To store data from large number of terminals, to send more than one signal simultaneously over a single communication channel, send more than one signal simultaneously over one physical channel, or all of the above. So multiplexer is used for what? A, B, C or D? All of the above. How B and C both will be covered? How both can be right? Answer is not your D, it is C. Send more than one signal simultaneously over one physical channel. So right answer is C. You can see multiplexer is a device that enables more than one signal to be sent simultaneously over one physical channel. It combines input from two or more terminals or your computer ports or other multiplexers and transits the combined data stream over a single high-speed channel. So the high-speed channel is demultiplexed at the receiving end, either by the another multiplexer or by the software. Okay, that's a multiplexer we have. In a microwave system, which of the following will be used? Like a radio waves are modulated to carry the information. Wave beams are sent from one antenna to another. Along the route, the received data is amplified and retransmitted. Microwave signals may be passed on to the satellite, or all of the above. In a microwave system, what happens? A, B, C or D? Okay, I got one answer as E, one more as a E. What about rest? Very good. Right answer is E. All of the above is there in the microwave system. So right answer is E. You can see these systems use high frequency radio signal used in telephone and television transmission. The radio waves are modulated to carry the information, and antenna are mounted on towers to send the wave beams from one antenna. Along the route, the received data is amplified and retransmitted. So the microwave signal may also be passed on to the communication satellite. Okay, they can be passed on to the satellite, communication satellite. A coaxial cable consists of what? It consists of two insulated copper wire, an inner copper conductor held in position by circular spacers, single copper wire, or all of the above. So if we talk about the coaxial cable, apart from that, they are the terrestrial cable, in which optical fiber is there, twisted pair is there, coaxial cable is there. These are important. All of the three is important. So right answer here will be A, B or C, A, B, C or D. Okay, the right answer is B. Very good. It's an inner copper conductor held in position by a circular spacer. So right answer will be your B option. So terrestrial cable, the three of the most commonly used wiring techniques are twisted pair, coaxial cables and fiber optics. So what is twisted pair? A twisted pair consists of two insulated copper wires. Hana, do remember this. It is widely used in the place of parallel wires to minimize the risk of your crosstalk, mixing, distortion of signal. These are useful for connecting terminals to computers up to distance of 150 meters. So because of the low cost, ease of convenience, these are the most popular cables currently in use. Second, coaxial cable. The coaxial cable consists of an inner copper core held in position by circular spacers, and the inner wire is surrounded by insulation and covered by the protective health. Okay, so they are what? Inner copper core held in a position in a circular spacers. So the cable can carry digital signals at very high rate, like a 500 megabits per second. And then we have a optical fiber. So optical fiber been a technological breakthrough in communication technology. It supports a data rate of 2 gigabyte per second. And this fiber optics provide high quality transmission of signal at a very high speed. And the fiber optics transmission are not affected by electromagnetic interference as well. The data transfer is through very thin glass or plastic fiber with a beam of light. And the light source is laser beam driven by a high speed, high current driver. These days, for security reason, light emitting diodes are used in the optical. Okay, so these are the terrestrial cables. All the three are important. Do remember. Next, which of the following option is correct based on the suggestion made during the course of an IS audit? Let me know the correct statement based on the suggestion made during the course of an IS audit. A, B, C or D? So first is saying IS audit may vary whether the control safeguard the assets of a bank. Second is saying IS audit provide to the management reasonable assurance regarding functionality, security, performance of the system. Third is saying IS audit indicates health of an information system. Fourth is saying IS audit report helps to strengthen the system. So which of the following is correct? So if we talk about IS audit, it is simply assess the strength and weakness of your information system. Okay, it actually assess the information system, translate itself into an effective tool to meet the business goals. So what are the benefits out of all of these? Very good. The right answer is D. All of these are the benefits or the suggestion made during the course of an IS audit. So right answer is your D. You can see here the IS audit assesses the strengths and weakness of an information system. It also assesses an information system actually translate into itself into an effective tool to meet the business. And the major benefits we have, it would identify the risk of exposure to an existing computerized environment. After identification of the risk, it gives the remedial measures. Okay. It would deter people, employee and user from indulging in corruption, manipulation of data, frauds, etc. Any undesired activity will be detected through the implementation of IS audit. Then IS audit may verify whether the controls are adequate to safeguard the assets of a bank. It also provides the management reasonable assurance regarding the functionality, security and performance of the system. Okay, so it simply secure all kind of transactions. So it indicates the health of an information system. It also, the reports help to strengthen the system. It promote best practices for control, like what can be done to control the weaknesses or the strength. It ensure compliance with the policies and regulation. It also review the IT project, system and technology which are used by the bank. Okay, so this is how the IS audit assess the strength and weakness of an information system used in a audit. Next, which of the following are the two dimensions of ethics in banking? The two dimensions of ethics in banking. First is saying establish principle and standard that guide behavior in the world of business. Second is saying internal ethics relates to honesty and integrity, transparency, corporate governance, well-being of the employees. External ethics refer to the cooperation with society, environmental friendly practices, commitment to customers and fair and equitable treatment to customers. So which of the following are the two dimensions of ethics in banking? A, B, C or D? So the two dimensions of ethics is your internal ethics as well as the external ethics. So right answer will be C. The one which is talking about the honesty, integrity, transparency of your employees, and the another one which talks about the cooperation with the society. It should be environment friendly practices utilized and commitment to the customer as well as the society should be done. So right answer is C. Your internal and external ethics are the two dimensions of ethics in banking. Next, match the following. One side we have given with the certain type of security or the collateral, and the another side the charge created have been given, like vehicle, flat, gold jewelry, LIC policy. On the other side we have a types of charges, pledge, assignment, mortgage and hypothec, and we have to match them correctly. So if we talk about these, pledge is movable, assignment is movable, it is actually actionable claim. Hypothecation is also movable, but when it comes to the mortgage, it is immovable. Mortgage security is your immovables. It means the second will be C, that is definite because the flat is immovable. So second is C. When the second is C, you can easily eliminate the other option. Right answer will be B. So with the elimination method, we find out the answer of this question immediately, like answer will be B option, because mortgage is immovable and that's a flat only here. All the other are movable. Okay, right answer is B. You can see categories here. In the pledge, it is movable, hypothecation movable, mortgage is immovable, lien is movable and assignment is actionable claim. Do remember this slide, this is very important. In the pledge, possession remains with the lender, like a gold loan. If I am taking a gold loan, the gold will be stay with the bank. Like I have to give that particular gold as a possession to the bank. Well, bank will have that gold in possession until and unless I repay the whole amount of loan. But in hypothecation, it remains with the borrower. The possession remains with the borrower. If I am taking a car loan, the car is my security or collateral that will remain with me. So in hypothecation, possession, ownership both remains with the borrower. Okay. Mortgage is immovable property, usually remains with the borrower, but sometimes it can go to the lender as well. So home loan, lien remains with the lender, like goods and securities, actionable claims, except your actionable claims and money, all the goods and securities will be counted. And when it comes to the assignment, it is actionable claim, it remains with lender, like your LIC policy or book debts. Okay, that will be covered in the assignment. Now, next. Match the following. Next, we have a match the following again on chips, taps, chats, and Fedwire. So, which of the following is rightly matched? From which country they actually belong to? If we are talking about chips, clearing house interbank payment system. Taps is your clearing house automated payment system. Chats is your clearing house automated transfer system. What they actually match to? Hong Kong, USA, UK, or USA? Okay, so right answer will be B. The dedicated session for module D, let's see if we get a time we will have this. Can't promise, because you have a AFM marathon also going on, like in the evening you will have a AFM marathon, and tomorrow we have the final marathon of R as well, like the final revision. So if we get a time we will have one session, if we get a slot on YouTube. So answer is A and B, two options are coming. So you can see we are talking about Hong Kong, and if we talk about the Hong Kong is related to which? It's related to chats. Hong Kong is related to chats. So A is your third. A is related to third, and you can see like the third is related to A, or I can say third is related to A. Third is related to A in the B option. So we can say right answer is B. Okay, right answer is B, or B. So simply, if we talk about the chips is actually related to USA. The chaps is actually related to your UK. Chats are Hong Kong, and Fedwire is also US. So what are these? Actually, right answer is B. What are these? If we talk about clearinghouse interbank payment system, CHIPS started in 1970, run by a New York clearinghouse, the world's premier system for transfer of payment internationally. So settlement failure in the history of CHIPS operation have never been reported. Operational time is claimed to 99 to 100% here. So most of the international fund transfer go through the CHIPS, as a most of international trades is transacted in the US dollar also. So financial transaction like foreign and domestic trade services, international loan, your syndicate loan, your foreign exchange sales, your purchases, your euro dollar placement, sale of short-term funds, etc. are done through the CHIPS. And also domestic electronic fund transfer payments are also made on the CHIPS. The settlement of payment carried on CHIPS is done through the Federal Reserve Bank. Okay. And CHIPS has what? It has a dual system at two sides with a high speed communication line link, and the participating bank must also maintain the dual system with the dual link channel. And to protect the fraud, full payment message authentication has been implemented, and the CHIPS have a direct interface with the SWIFT. What is SWIFT? Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication System, which provides us a reliable, trustworthy platform to share financial messages with you at a global level. Now we have a CHAPS. It is a sterling same day system that is used to settle the high value wholesale payment as well as your time critical lower value payment. So it is set up in where? It is set up in UK, and UK provides almost instantaneously service for the settlement of payment, and the payments will be guaranteed on the receipt, cannot be recalled. Okay, so it is what? It is the largest high value payment system in the world. Okay, then we have a CHATS. So CHATS provide interbank fund transfer facility in Hong Kong, which has long been regarded as the hub of financial activities the world over. And the success of this system depends largely on reliable communication network. And all the integrity of messaging traveling over the network is ensured through the authentication and encryption techniques used. Okay, so all these are the channel for transfer the funds. Now the FedWire is a Federal Reserve wire system in operation since 1956. It is used by the member banks for electronic fund transfer, and it is the main fund transfer system in the USA. So around 800 banks are linked together over the computer-based technological network. They are transmit funds and statement with. Okay, so inter-region funds are transmitted through the FedWire. The access made through the three models or three modes. That direct access, computer-to-computer connectivity for major bank. They have a direct terminal access through the leased line for online transmission. They dial up the terminal facility for transmission as per the requirement and needs. So these are what? These are the FedWire transactions. Okay. Next, the merchant bank is one who advises on funding and raising long-term capital. The main business of merchant banking is summarized aptly by which of the following. So merchant bank we have studied in IEIFS subject as well, which says that merchant banker are simply give advisory services to the wealthy individual as well as your corporates. So which committee is it? Damodaran Committee, Narasimhan Committee, Tendulkar Committee, D. Subbarao Committee. And B answer is there. Very good. It is, if we talk about, it's a Narasimhan Committee. We have just discussed about it, right? In the list of committees name, we have discussed the merchant banker as well. So right answer is B. So merchant banking is variously defined. The main business of merchant banking as summarized aptly by Narasimhan Committee in its report is that management and underwriting of new issues, the syndication of credit, provision of advisory services to the corporate client as well as the wealthy individual on fundraising and other financial aspects. This is the definition of merchant banking given by the Narasimhan. So banks engaged in merchant banking activities, they pretending to handling the issue of debt or equity securities. Like whenever a company wants to issue shares, the merchant banker will become their mediator. For the corporate customer, need to obtain a registration with SEBI as a category 1 merchant. So category 1 merchant banker actually act as a issue manager, which help the companies or corporates to issue the shares. Okay. Also, the banks can engage in loan syndication, payment of interest or dividend warrants, extending bridge loan against issue types of activities as part of your banking. So these are the activities which merchant banking performs as per definition given by the Narasimhan. Okay. Next we have when the maker or holder of a negotiable instrument signs the same, otherwise than such as maker, for the purpose of negotiation on the back or face thereof or on a slip of paper annexed thereto, he is said to endorse the same. And the above is stated under which section of NII? So the statement is actually giving us the definition of your endorsement. So endorsement means on the backside of a paper, backside of your instrument, or by adding a A4 size paper or a blank paper with your check or any instrument, you can make it transferable to someone else. Okay, you can transfer the payment of that particular document to someone else. And this is defined under which section of negotiable instrument? Section is 16, section 12, section 15, section 17. Which section is it? Which talks about the endorsement. Okay, so it is actually section number 15. The answer is there. You can see when the maker or holder of a negotiable instrument signs the same, otherwise then on as such maker for the purpose of negotiation on the back or face thereof, or on a slip of paper which annexed thereto. So they are said to be endorsed. Section 15 says that. And in practice, an endorsement is made on the back of the check or on a slip of a paper attached. So on the back side of a check, you can endorse it, or you can add a paper with the check to make it endorse. Endorse means to transfer the check. Okay. So this is all for today, and if you want the PDF of this particular session, that will be available in the virtual library. And to check the virtual library, just go in the description. You will find the link, as well in the comment section. The comment have been pinned here, in which the virtual library link is available, in which you will find the session link as well as the download option of the PDF available. So do check that. And now let me know how many answers you have given correct here. Yes, Satyam case is very important. Every year it have been asked. That we will be discussing in tomorrow's marathon. Like tomorrow we have a Maha revision, in which Satyam case we will be covering there. Okay. So let me know how many answers you have given correct here. Also do make sure you download the 24/7 application and subscribe the channel JAIIB CIB English Medium, which will be important for you to clear your paper, because all the upcoming important session in your comfortable language, that is English, will be available on JAIIB CIB English Medium channel. So do make sure you subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Tomorrow also we are going to meet for the Maha revision at 6 PM. Do remember that. Tomorrow's session timing will be 6 PM. Okay. And one session on numericals will be there. About that particular session, I will give you the further information, like when I am going to take the numerical session. But yes, tomorrow evening at 6 PM, we have a Maha revision session as well. So do make sure you join that on the same channel, JAIIB CIB English Medium. Today evening, we do not have any session. No, today evening, we do not have any YouTube session. If I plan any session, I will let you know in the Telegram channel and WhatsApp group of ours. 9 was wrong, 15 was wrong. What about rest? Okay. So let's end the session here. See you all in the next session, and do make sure you be connected on the channel. Good luck with your preparation. Keep revising the content you have, and make sure you are practicing more and more questions. Do make sure you give the full length mock test, and also do read the explanation of the mock test. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you all for joining the session. Have a